Alright guys, welcome back to Soldier Reject gameplay. I'm trying to get this fucking rank going on, so I gotta build that shit up. Let's build it up right now. God forbid a nigga get a little motion. Alright. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Open up the rest of the stuff for a Twitch. Yes sir, yes sir. Gang, gang. We are live, brother. Bucky Main. Let's start this damn game. Let's go, let's go. Now, how do I hear party chat? That's what I want to know. So I can talk shit to all the other players online.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone. Sometimes I wish I could go back into the deep freeze for a few
We'll
more
be coming in 30
decades.
seconds. Stay strong.
Let's go.
Something bothering you, Ben?
We've just done this dance so many times, Susie. Now it's getting kind of old.
Right. Saving the world from cosmic annihilation can be such a bore.
When you put it like that.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, glad we ain't. Dodge this!
You think this is a challenge? Try raising 2 superpowered kids.
That one hurts.
That's what I needed.
Anyone willing to help?
We're done here!
A nice deep freeze.
Nothing personal.
Stick around!
I like the cold. There they are. Better stop that vehicle.
Sheesh.
Who needs metal?
I like the cold. That hurts. He stopped them in their tracks.
Armed and dangerous again!
Much better.
I like the cold. A little help, please.
Maximum pulse!
I got him back.
Maximum pulse!
Double
Been knocked down
KO.
before. Doesn't last.
Heaven's balls? What did he say?
Much better.
Ooh, oh shit.
Born again!
Better stop that vehicle! It's spider time!
Not so fast!
I'm hurt. It's the grand finale! There's still a chance to stop them!
Trying to get away from them.
Double
Our
KO!
mission isn't over yet.
They hit a checkpoint! Now might be the time.
This is real firepower! Dangerous!
Curious little spider.
We're done here!
Covered! Full hit! Better stop that vehicle!
Maximum!
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
There we go. Three more minutes?
Better stop that vehicle!
I don't know if we're gonna stop him in 3 minutes, bro.
They faded halfway! Stop them!
We're done here!
There's still a chance to stop
Back in
them!
action.
It's spider time!
Thanks, Stark.
What does that make me?
We make a good team.
I suck!
Armed and dangerous!
No mercy.
Again!
Double KO!
Again!
Got your back. I'm hurt. I suck!
Damn, he got whooped.
A little help, please.
We make a good team.
Center stage. A nice deep freeze. He stopped them in their tracks.
This is real firepower!
Got one.
It's the grand
I've got you covered.
Be strong together. He stopped them in their tracks. Only 60 seconds left.
Much better.
Come back here!
Maximum pulse!
If they can take out Logan, any one of us could be next.
Down to 30 seconds.
Armed and dangerous!
Damn! There are so many people right there.
The final 10 seconds.
My mission isn't over yet.
At least we won.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
They got us outnumbered.
Target neutralized.
Shit.
Double KO.
Tremble before Bast!
You thought I was gone for good?
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Shit.
Not so fast! Much better.
Damn, where's my team at, bro?
Mine's
I feel like I'm fighting them by themselves.
Better stop that vehicle.
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
I like the cold. We can't hide from the light. Now or never. Stop them.
Armed and dangerous! This is real firepower!
Only 60 seconds left.
Armed and dangerous! You thought I was gone for good?
Bullseye.
You stopped them in their tracks.
My favorite time!
It's okay. Admit it. You need me. Down to 30 seconds. I like the cold. The final 10 seconds.
That's what I needed.
You got them all.
Ooh.
Another epic victory. Big win.
Now, how do I do party chat? How do I enable party chat? That's what I need to figure out. How do I enable party chat? Where's like, oh, there it is. Bundle settings, audio, lobby ambience, party chat. Hot chat menu, none. Push to chat. Push to chat. Open mic. Edit hotkeys. Switch to channel. How do I do this? Oh shit, I got out of it. Let me go back. How do I do this? How do I chat? Bind any button to chat? I guess triangle? Voice chat. I think I got it. I think I did it. We'll see. We'll see if I got it. Hopefully I got it.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone. Sometimes I wish I could go back into the deep freeze for a few more decades.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
But how do I chat though?
One of these days, we're going to have to talk about
I don't know how to
things.
chat.
Not today, though.
No. Today, we're on the same
Is anybody
side.
here in chat? Can anybody hear me? Hello, check, check, 1 2, check, 1 2. I'm not even sure if I had this on.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Uh-oh. I'm not
All
sure
you
if
need
I have
to
it
do is
on.
capture the mission area. Got it?
Sorry.
I don't think I could handle the pressure of the Dark Force.
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Get ready!
The mission area is yours to capture now. Capture the mission area!
Everybody needs a hand sometimes. Or a dagger.
If they can take out Logan and
You're not slow. Letting the Dark Child out. Out, Dark Man.
I always come back.
I don't know where my team's at.
Okay, hold your horses. I'll deploy another team.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly. Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Vengeance is mine.
I'll patch you up.
They've
My
almost
mission
got it!
isn't over yet.
Control seized!
Nice. Good job, guys.
Done. What's next? Do we even have a plan? Down! That fucking hurt!
Armed and dangerous! Much better.
By the eye of Agamotto! By the eye
Double KO!
I always come
Control
back.
lost!
Damn, we sucked that one, bro.
Sometimes I wish I could go back into the deep freeze for a few more decades.
Let's see, let's go.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I just don't know how to
You and me, Spectre.
get
we're
this
two
ready.
in
How do I
common.
party check?
I'm not nearly as heartless as you, Castle. That's not it. We're alike because we both know there are some problems that can only be solved
Check
by
1 2,
force.
check 1 2.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Let's go,
Follow
let's
my
go.
lead. Or don't. I really don't care.
They're coming up ahead.
That's what I need.
Not so fast!
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. They captured the mission area!
Come, my minion! So cool! I am
Double KO!
You thought I was gone for good? Much better.
I don't fear pain. I fear failure.
Here they come.
Double KO! Control seized!
Turning up the heat.
That's how it's done. We make a good team.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Their
Been
team's
knocked
capture
down before.
progress has passed the
Doesn't
halfway
last.
point.
Leave them to Khonshu!
Help! So cold.
Much better. You made my list. Now you're off it.
I'm doing this my way!
Dang it, we suck, bro.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I gotta get these wins. Yo, hope is doing well. I appreciate you, Isabella. Yo, how we doing today? Oh shit. Let's go. Let's go another round. Let's go another round. Are you an artist, Bella?
Pick your hero or villain.
Bella,
I'm not
are you an
judging.
artist by chance?
I'm not anyone's
Shout out
sidekick.
to the artists,
What
all
I
the
do is
artists out
best
there.
done alone.
Let's go.
I'm not a symbol like Steve.
30
I'm just a
seconds
soldier
before you
trying to
attack.
do his
Let's
job.
go.
Get
Let's
ready.
go. Pump fun. Keeping me alive over here. Thanks for the chat and pump fun.
They are the cutest animal on Earth.
Really?
Oh, hey.
And how come everyone keeps calling me a raccoon? I'm a badass.
You are cute
Wait, what?
and badass.
Why?
The battle starts in 5,
What the heck?
4, 3,
Jeez.
2, 1.
That's scary.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Yeah,
Got
it
it?
just keeps going off.
The Guardians
That
of the
is
Galaxy are
weird.
misfits. You make me feel
Okay,
at home.
sounds good. I forgot to get popcorn. Man.
Sniper.
You're welcome.
That's what I needed.
Look out! Behind you! Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Capture the mission area!
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
Mine's in place.
Come back here! What have we here? A sniper?
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
You're up, little one. Systems restoring.
Where's my team?
Spider foot.
Been knocked down before.
They've
Doesn't
almost
last.
got it!
I need my team. Where's my team? Alright, let's go get some motion, guys.
Control seized!
God forbid I get a little motion.
Shall I throw a gala in our honor?
The cosmos heals you.
Someone's shooting from afar. Coward. That annoying sniper has been dealt with.
Much better. Armed and dangerous! No mercy. Again!
Some uninvited guests. Fellow warrior and all.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Plasma!
Doing major damage.
The quantum magic.
That's our territory. How's your streaming going? It's going pretty well. I just started with the Bucky, you know. I'm about to go on to Venom and Bucky. My mains. I'm just trying to get better and get to rank. Oh shit, I didn't know Jeff was in here.
Shooter on the scene.
Long-range threat eliminated. Shields are more Steve's thing. Incoming!
Better than they are.
Not so fast! Armed and dangerous!
Double KO.
Again! 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 And stay down. Again!
Let's go, team! Let's go! Carrying the team. Hard carry right there, bro. God forbid I get a little motion. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Let's go, chat. I carried that.
I was rebuilt to be a weapon, but now I'm the one who pulls the trigger.
Had like five ults in a row. That was crazy. Let's go.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
How do I get so I can hear chat?
I don't need
I can't hear
telepathy
chat
to
for
know
nothing. God forbid I get a little motion, you know what I'm saying?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Let's go kill.
That's what I needed.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Damn, we're getting double teamed over here.
Anyone willing to help? Double KO.
I always come back.
The mission area is yours.
You made my list. Now you're off it.
Plasma!
Here they come.
Damn, that guy blew me up.
You thought I was
Where's my
gone for
ult?
good.
Control lost.
No.
气贯长虹。
Disappear!
Armed and dangerous! Here they come! You're up! Sniper! Back in action.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Damn! I was missing a bunch right there.
My mission isn't over yet.
Pretty tough game right here.
Scarlet Witch awaits your call.
They've almost got it!
Heads up, they got a sniper. Much better.
Plasma?
You're up! Armed and dangerous!
Damn, we lost that one. Isabella, you fucking messed me up.
Weapons keep getting better, but it's still the person behind them that matters most.
What up, pump gang? God forbid I get a little motion.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Ready for some action, kid?
It's what I was built for, Ben. Whether I want it or not.
Yeah, no time for complaining, Buck. Just for clobbering.
Story of my life.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
I swear, if this outfit gets ruined, there will be hell to pay.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. Double KO!
Just leave it to me.
Always glad to help,
Mission area
partner.
is yours.
3 cheers for us. I'll cover you.
Disappear!
We got a live shooter. We're done here.
Here they come.
My favorite time.
Armed and dangerous!
Half of the mission area. Keep going.
Damn.
Wow, 4 in a row.
My mission isn't over yet.
Amazing. Control lost.
I'm
Look who's here.
Not today.
Control seized.
not so fast.
Double KO.
Nothing personal. Much better.
You belong to me!
The area's almost yours.
We have no choice. Fall back.
Incoming!
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
That's what I need. Armed and dangerous!
I am Asgard's might.
Let's go. Damn, we destroyed them, bro. Let's go. That's how you play the game, guys. That's how you play the game.
Big victory. Big win.
Let's go. Let's go. That's how you do it. Let's do it. Defeat.
They've made it halfway. Stop them. Better stop that vehicle. There's still a chance to stop them.
Much better.
They hit a
Damn. I feel like I hit like 1,000 times.
No worries. I want my soul. Who could find?
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
Better stop that vehicle.
Disappear! Watch me soar!
It's now or never.
Damn.
Stop them.
Who could fight the garbage?
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
Don't give them another inch, or else.
Armed and dangerous!
By the eye of Agamotto!
They got me.
I still got that kill, baby. I still got that kill. I feel like I was hitting every shot, but it just doesn't do anything to them. You forgot to announce Discord. Oh, my bad. I knew I forgot something. I was trying to figure out the chat thing again, but I just didn't figure it out. I have the mic thing plugged in, but I'm not sure how to check. How to check for the chat to come alive. Like, I can't even hear nothing. So it's just one of the things. Let me see if we can see something real quick. How to do this, man. Let's go over here. How to chat in how to chat in Marvel Rivals.
Hi, game day scratchers, please.
Here you go.
Ooh.
It all comes down to this. They need a miracle. Where will a little play take you? Game day scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day.
I need to play the lottery.
Everyone, this is Tim from Your Six Game, and today in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn on the voice chat in Marvel's Rivals. And it looks like when I went through the settings, it's turned off by default, so that is why you are not hearing anyone in the game. So what you want to do to talk to your team is press Options. Go to Settings right here. Then go up to Audio.
Okay. Audio.
Then go to Audio here. And then scroll on down. And here is the options for voice chat. So we got voice chat volume, mic volume, and then we have voice chat. So you can see there's an X. So this is turned off by default. Press X on this and then turn it on. And there's a check mark now. Now you can go back to the game and you can switch to your microphone and just make sure this is on muted. And then just start talking in the game, and it should pick up your voice, and you should be able to talk to your team now. So just look at that.
I don't think that's how it works, because look, I do it over here, I go over here. Let's go check. All right, I'm pretty sure I did that. Right? Like, I did check the audio. Alright. He said go to Options, Settings, go to Audio, go to Voice Chat, Playback, yeah, headphones, stereo speaker. See, there's no check mark, bro. Like, edit hotkeys. I pressed it and it still, no one said anything, so I don't know if I can't hear nothing or something. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Alright, let's try it out. I mean, I'm pretty sure I tried it already. How's South Carolina treating you, Becca? Any cool news today? Did you get all the stuff that you need to get done?
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
Let's see. I'm sure and mixed and poured 100 pounds of concrete. Jeez. To prevent Storm from digging, yeah.
I'm not a
You went in.
like Steve. I'm just a soldier trying to do his job.
I see myself, but I don't know if I'm talking or not.
Cap.
Can anybody hear me?
How many more times do we have to save the world? Until it doesn't need saving
Check
anymore.
1 2, check 1 2. Can anybody hear me? Can y'all hear me?
The battle starts in 5.
Can y'all hear me?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Can you hear me?
You guys are actually here, right? Or am I imagining this?
I mean, that's the only thing. Can you hear me? So we went to the doctor, had to answer a few questions because she kept not answering to them. She doesn't like it.
Come back here.
Woo! Punched him.
Much better.
That's how you do it.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
She has memory issues? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Over here.
Got the arm.
We make a good team.
Woo! My shots are getting tight. My shots are getting tight.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Enemy ahead. Prepare to engage. Come and catch.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
We need to help speed things up.
Push the mission vehicle.
There's the man doing what he does best.
The glow of the moon is nothing more than reflected sunlight.
You lose.
Especially Khonshu.
Soldiers are always buried in history.
Damn, soldiers are. She drank super heavy till she fried her brain. Dang. Oh, that's right. You told me she did drink a lot. That's right.
Together to victory.
Broke Raccoon's beacon.
Leave them to Khonshu.
That's a lot of drinking you gotta do.
Enemies on approach.
Almost there. Don't turn back now. Just too late.
Armed and dangerous.
Empire, Kirby.
That's what I need.
The vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
This is real firepower!
Disappear!
Man, I fucked up that match, dude.
My mission's
I need to get
over
better
yet.
at that one. I don't know what to do.
Never miss.
Pulse charge. Fire.
Incoming. Much better.
I was missing that one.
My mission isn't over yet.
I was missing all over the place on that one.
Heads up. They got a sniper.
Don't let anything stand in your way.
That's what I need. Good thing I was here. Been a while since I visited Avengers Tower. Snipers down.
Double
Woo,
kill!
double KO. Let's go.
That's what I needed.
Let's go. Got a double KO.
I hope this little robot has what it takes.
Damn. Back in 2018, walking through and found her in unresponsive cold, really cold. She had been replacing meals with drinking. She did 1.5 liters of vodka. Oh yeah, you did tell me that. That's crazy. How old was she when that happened? Sheesh. Cause like when you're young, you could do that, but when you're older, dude, you can't be doing that. I take one shot and I'm out. I used to be able to take a whole bottle. How do I chat? Dang. Or do people just don't chat in this game? I'm pretty sure it's a chatty game. Maybe not in quick match they don't chat. You know how some games 56? You can't be doing that at 56. That's too much. Too much for the liver, you know?
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
I'm gonna have to learn Magneto soon. We could try him today. Liver check today. She was fatty liver. Yep, fatty liver. Yep. I think I might have a fatty liver with all my drinking I used to do.
I was rebuilt to be a weapon.
I told them all I
but
drank
now I'm the one who
before I
pulls the
broke my
trigger.
ankle was 3 a day.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
She's funny though. I'm sorry.
We're not the same as we used to be.
I know it's
Steve.
not funny, but that's kind of funny. She's like, still got the little.
Ready, partner?
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have to stop them from securing the mission area.
Time has unraveled.
Oh no, I'm stuck.
That's what I needed.
Stick around.
Sorry, soldier. That's what I needed.
Dang! I got messed up. She pulled a pistol on me because I didn't walk her across the field. Since when my grandma was in the hospital down, so she wanted me to go buy her body. Jeez!
Been knocked down before. Doesn't
Yeah.
last.
That's too much. That's acting too much crazy.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Oh, they're super close to the base.
Ah, yes. Much better.
Too close to the base.
My mission isn't over yet.
Better stop that vehicle.
How were the other streams today? Any good streamers today that you saw? Was daily was age 9. We lived together parents, and because I was too tried to be sleepers, no one care about if he died. Jeez.
Going for good.
Stop them! Better stop
Time for a new mom.
You deserve far better than that, Peter. So much better. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Man, I can't get any shots here. We got shields up like crazy.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Once I get you stuck.
I always come
There's
back.
still a chance to stop them. They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
Dang.
Better stop that vehicle.
Come back here!
That's what I need.
Dang. I didn't want to chain bullet because my mom stuff. Had to get my ride there and go get the card back. Draco and Hippo don't
Been knocked
stream
down
until Tuesday.
before.
I just checked
Doesn't
in
last.
with Panda. Oh, okay, gotcha.
It's
Hope
now
the other
or
streams are
now.
doing
Stop
good.
them.
Man, I'm having a rough time on this match.
Fancy tricky
By the
conjurer.
eye of Agamotto!
Armed and dangerous!
Outplayed, baby.
No
Outplayed.
mercy.
Again!
That's what I need.
Shields up. I got your back. You stuck them in their tracks. Disappear.
You thought I was gone for good.
Man, having a rough time with this game.
You get a web, and you get a web, and you get a web.
Dang. I'm just getting blown up. Oh, heads up, week of 5th spot. I'm not sure which one I might not be on. Depends on when I get home, but we have
Kept in my
cancer.
step.
Big wide revival that I go to every day. No problem, no problem.
Or
I'll be around. I'll be trying to get the stream up.
Feel the wrath of the goddess.
That's dope, though. Are you excited for the revival?
You're up!
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, my family's doing some sort of Feast of Trumpets right now. So I'm just chilling right here. Sun up to sundown. Am I on level 14? I got one. Yo, I got one more level till I can rank. Till I can play rank. Come on, let's get there. Let's get there. Tired of not being able to play rank, dude. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good today. On the game, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm hitting a lot more shots. It's called PD Camp Meeting. My area in South Carolina is the PD area, named after a Native American tribe. Shout out to Native Americans.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Let's see.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
Check. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Y'all got mics on? Check 1 2.
there's still something worth fighting for.
30 seconds
I'll
before
be on
you
the front
attack.
lines.
Get ready.
Oh man.
Rusted. Furnace.
How can you
What
tell
are
if they're
these
on or not?
random words repeating in your mind?
Trust me, you don't want to find out, lady. So I'd keep them to myself if I were you.
Someone implanted a code in your brain, didn't they? Oh, wait.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3,
I'm no one's puppet,
2,
Frost.
1.
Let go of my strings, unless you want to strangle mine. Here they come!
Richards and Starkov, they know everything. But when man plans, the gods laugh.
I'll patch you up.
That's what I need.
We're done here!
Not on my watch.
Man. If I played, I had a mic, we could test it out that way for real.
Got a real freeze. You're practically
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
Just what we need.
That's what I need.
You're welcome.
Lead them to Khonshu! I am
Hey, Teeny! Enjoy the fire!
anyone up for singing on Island?
Good thing I was here.
Feed for the day.
Finally, we get out of our freaking area.
This is a nice spot.
Incoming!
You're halfway there. Keep going.
That's what I needed.
Don't mind me.
Armed and dangerous!
Damn.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Ah, I can't believe I lost that. Oh, he can't even shoot. I just got stuck.
My mission isn't over.
I am the light in the darkness.
The core must be delivered or Arachne falls.
That's what I needed.
I still need you. Not so fast!
The techno-organic bubbles can't be left to spread any further.
I am Phoenix.
Render me assistance.
Team player.
Supernova!
Someone scratch my back.
Whoa, look at that health. He was so close to dying. Dang. I can't believe I
My
lost
mission
that
isn't
one.
over yet.
To Khonshu! This is why I hate technology.
I was holding back.
Only 60 seconds left.
There you are.
Almost there. Don't turn back now.
Hey, Teeny! Enjoy the
About time I got a shield.
I'll patch you up.
Down to 30 seconds.
Leave them to come
It
shoot.
killed me and him. That's funny.
The final 10 seconds.
Come.
I always come
The
back.
vehicle reached a checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Armed and dangerous.
KO.
And stay down.
Armed and dangerous. Again.
Not today.
Oh shit!
Much better.
This is why I hate technology. I'll patch you up. Playtime's over.
You're halfway there. Keep going.
You belong to me!
Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
Always glad to help, partner. Much better.
There you are.
Get that vehicle moving again.
The squirrels are going to hate me. I'll patch you up.
Only 60 seconds left.
No one escapes.
Get that vehicle moving again.
Here they come.
Oh shit! I couldn't fucking move.
I'm hurt. Double KO.
You thought I was gone for good?
Down
Come
to
on,
30
come on.
seconds. I'm hurt. It's the grand finale.
Ultron will pay for what he has
Armed and
I am ready to
Shit.
put on a show.
I fucked up so bad.
Final 10 seconds.
I messed up so bad. I thought you'd go straight.
Jury! Executioner!
Shields are more Steve's thing.
Okay, we still won.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
Oh, we lost that one. My bad. I thought we won that one. How come I can't hear chat though? That's the most annoying thing. I wonder if I plug my phone into this. Let me try this out real quick. I might mess this up, but fuck it. Let's do it. It might take away the sound. Okay, yeah, definitely that's not it. It took away all the sound when I did that. Shit. I tried that that app, the PlayStation app earlier, but that's for if you don't have a card at all. So like if you don't have a HD card or the HDTV card, you can stream it on your computer from there, but it's super laggy. Capture card, yeah, the capture card, exactly, yeah. So if you don't have a capture card, you could do it on your laptop with the
Pick your hero.
remote play, but it's
Or
super
villain.
laggy.
I'm not
It's, just,
judging.
it's unplayable.
I'm not anyone's sidekick.
I'll
What
just
I
have
do is
I'll
best
just have to
done
get
alone.
donations for an Elgato, $100, or it's like $130. I'll have to put a bar on the screen for donation. You know, like those little donation bars they have. I need to get that. Is that like Streamlabs? I need to figure that one out. Like visuals on there, that'd be cool.
Weapons keep getting better, but it's still the person behind them that matters most.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Would you look at us? The man out of time and the cyborg assassin.
They've sure come a long way from Brooklyn, Steve.
But as long as we've still got a little Brooklyn inside of us, Buck, I have a feeling we'll be just fine.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
This empire is the true pinnacle of human achievement.
Our foes have found them.
That's what I needed.
That's enough, Castle.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
You still got what it takes, old timer.
The mission area is yours.
I'd have to take Cap down.
Not bad.
Success is ours.
I know usually once a year people raise money for Jake Jude and people eat strange stuff. One dude gave him 300 dip of pickle and mayo in it. That sounds disgusting.
We're going here.
That sounds disgusting. Well, mayo is not that bad. It's not that bad too. Actually, it's not that bad because I eat that with
That's what I needed.
I eat that with sandwiches all the time.
Ready to defend. We're done here.
A nice deep freeze. Cosmic collapse. Psionic surge. On the help.
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Behold the god of thunder.
They're doing major damage.
Armed and dangerous.
Dang, I was juking and jiving. Freeze dried cricket.
Double KO.
Been knocked down before.
That's just protein right
Doesn't
there.
last.
He hates both. Oh, that's why. That makes it a little bit more just yeah, that makes it more like unpalatable for him.
Control C's.
Let's go. I gotta help my team out. I don't know where I'm at.
A nice deep freeze.
Tremble before fast. 1,000 gods.
It's the grand finale. The glory is almost yours.
You need me.
Ready to do some damage. That was brutal, Frank.
Disappear!
Us against the world.
Here they come.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner.
Doing pretty good on this match.
Playtime's over.
Ooh, headshot right there.
Always glad to help, partner.
Knocking them out. That was clean. That was clean shots at the end right there. I felt like I was doing a lot of damage. God forbid I get a little motion, you know?
Change, but the war never ends.
That's my new favorite saying right now.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Another shield. Thanks.
Steve, buddy, we have to save the world.
Not the first time. Won't be the last. Different battlefield, sing war.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Dr. Doom tore everything apart. I want to be a part of putting it back together.
Hostile forces incoming. Stronger together.
That's what it
Behold the god of thunder!
Personal.
Capture the mission area.
Armed and dangerous!
Double kill.
Again!
That's 3.
Never stood a chance.
Control seized.
Again!
Wow, 4 in a row. 5.
Woo! Damn, let's go! Dude, I got 5 kills right there. I went to his place last St. Jude. He raised 8,000, and I think it was a month. Dang, that's dope. Though I wouldn't really give it to St. Jude. I give it to myself. I'm broke as shit right now. Got the final hit. Got a final hit. I needs money.
I'm doing this my way!
You captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
I got the shots over here. The money with you, you donate directly to St. Jude, exactly.
Chaos always prevails. A nice deep breath.
1,000 gods!
The area's almost yours.
Quantum magic.
It's the grand
Us against the world.
I require some.
A nice deep spring. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
The god of thunder!
Damn, I fucking. I can see you doing stuff like that type, because once you get established streamer, even if you only make it helps with these mechanics. Yeah, that's actually really dope. Yeah, I can see myself doing that. I would definitely do that.
Been knocked down before.
Gotta help out the kids, you know?
Be right back.
Come on, let me win this game.
That's what I need. Armed and dangerous! Assemble! You're up!
Man!
You thought I was gone for good?
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
There we go, team. Let's go. Even if I ever should, I'd raise money for it and fund us to help find a cure for my disability. That'd be actually a really good one.
Another epic victory! Big win!
Man. Let's go. I'm almost there. Oh, I'm only level 11. I thought it was 14. Dang it. I still got a lot more to go. Oh, that's what it is. Level 15 on the summer special. I see. I still got a long way to go. Damn. That's upsetting. Pretty sick. I got the thing's new costume. That's pretty sick. NF1 is the most common form of NF, occurring to 1 in every 2,050 births. Dang! Or 500 births, sorry. Got a new Apocalypse? Oh, Doom. Got it. Oh, that's dope. That's a dope emote. Man. Hey, that's dope. Sweet. One of my faves right now. You talking about the charity? Oh, the emote. Yeah, the emote's hilarious. With the lizard. Let's see. I think my sensitivity has to go a little bit up. Let's try right here. This one, that's a pretty nice, that's a pretty good one right here. Let's try this one. Lizard. And then let's go to audio. And then how do I do open mic? Open chat. I still don't know how to chat. Oh, voice chat, here we go. Now I should be able to hear them. It was turned off. Alright, let's try it now. I should be able to hear them now, right? I didn't know. Hopefully it goes through the game so we can hear commentary.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
Has joined team voice chat. You have team voice chat open mic. Press. You haven't bound any battery? Like, I can't even see what that says.
I'm not anyone's sidekick. What I do is best done alone.
You join team for open mic. Press. You haven't bound any buttons to view the channel. Oh, I have to bound. To maintain a fair, you have to press a bound key.
Weapons keep getting better, but it's still the person behind them that matters most.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Push to mute
It's
open
so
mic.
strange to be back. After all I've seen out there. Life alone in the cosmos can have quite an effect on one's
I guess
mental
this
state,
one?
I imagine. I hear you haven't been lonely with a certain gala attendee. Let's just say I've been keeping him warm.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Voice chat menu.
Ancient magics permeate this realm.
Push in free chat. You can toggle your mic off and on. Bind to push to mute open mic up. Okay. All right, let's try that. How do I know if it? Oh, there it is. Now, okay, I can see now that it's on. Perfect, 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 perfect.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can hold it down.
Sorcery is no match for a good hammer.
Capture the mission area.
Dang.
Leave me, darkness. By Ashtur's bane, we overcome.
Double KO.
I always come back.
How come I can't hear anybody? Can y'all hear me? I can't hear nobody. Man. It said conflict at the bottom of the screen. I'm not sure what that means.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway
So
point.
I can see my mic going off on the top left, but I can't hear anybody. I'm not sure why.
Here comes trouble.
That's what I need.
By the eye of Agamotto!
Behind us. So sneaky.
A nice deep freeze.
Good thing I was here.
Bring on the chaos.
Keep fighting until we have a winner. We are undefeatable.
Dangerous!
Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Not so fast! Much better.
Dang. We can't go back to settings after this game and see. Yeah, we'll check it out. Oh, that's what killed me, the storm. I was like, damn, what killed me? I didn't even see it.
Been knocked down before. Doesn't last.
Damn, we sucked that one. Man, we suck. Shoot. Come on,
I'm
team,
not a
come on.
symbol like Steve. I'm just a soldier trying to do his job.
So I just don't think they have their mics on. That's really just it. Right?
30 seconds before you attack.
Like,
Get
I don't hear
ready.
anything. I think it's
You know, I
because
love your mech.
I think
I
because
haven't
it's
seen that
quick
tank
match.
before.
That's
It doesn't
why
look like
they just don't have it
Shield
on,
or,
which is
Oscorp
okay.
or
It's quick match. It don't really matter.
Stain or Hammer? What is that?
Check the logo. Ora, Parker Industries.
Parker? As in, he didn't even finish college.
I thought only college dropouts. The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you
Let's
need to do
go,
is capture the
let's
mission
go.
area. Got it?
All right, somebody tell me this isn't some kid's birthday party again.
Whoever they are, they don't look friendly.
A nice deep freeze.
Much better.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now. They captured the mission area!
We're done here!
We make a good team. One down.
Got her.
Double KO!
You're armed and dangerous!
Ooh, I almost got it. That was close.
Ah, that's better.
Armed and dangerous!
KO.
Control!
They don't even have to hit me. They just have to aim in my direction and they hit me. That's fucking bullshit.
We did it, Spider! How are there so many of them?
Spider mode! Control lost!
Much better.
Damn. Couldn't move.
War is hell.
Their
I
team's
always
capture
come
progress
back.
has passed the halfway point.
Oh, I played some League of Legends earlier
By
today.
the eye of Agamotto!
Man. Yeah, it went really well actually. I was surprised how good I could use the mobile games because I played Heroes of the Storm. So I'm used to the movement and like how to dodge and stuff like that. So it was really nice. I was like actually surprised at how good I actually was. Although that's pretty decent.
Much better.
Snake hits the ground!
Damn, we sucked. I do need to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
And there's almost 100,000 people more on League of Legends. So I was like, oh shit. Once we get that rank going on over there, we can play over there too. I'm just trying to get everything so I can play ranked. I feel like that's where all the people are at, just waiting for me to capture, you know? I reached level 17. Can't exchange the following. Let's see. You got some upvotes again while you were gone. How to get upvotes in the game? How does that work? You got some upvotes in game while you were gone. Oh, that's cool. There's other people in the chat? Is that what you're telling me? We need some more people talking in the chat so me and Becca could talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? What's up with the pump chat? Pump chat's got 4 people in there just watching. They're always just chilling though. They never say anything. I'm like, are they real? Are you guys alive? In pump chat. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't see it. That sucks. Oh, like it upvoted in the like when you're doing good in the game.
The right heroes could make all the difference.
I'm not anyone's
sidekick. Shit, my bad, guys.
What I do is best done alone.
See, now I can hear chat, but I can't hear it in the game. That's weird. There it is. Now they don't have to hear me. But it's weird. I can hear them, but you guys can't. Hey, Becca, can you hear them in chat? Because I can hear them talking.
That was rebuilt to be a weapon, but now I'm the one who pulls the trigger.
Yeah, I can hear them, but they can't.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
That's lame. Because I can hear them, but it goes to my. Oh, you know what?
I'm the fist of conscience.
How do I fix this? I'll try to fix it after this game, but it does work now. It's coming out of my controller though.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Thanks, pal.
Doom must test what he's done to Asgard and all other worlds.
You need to stop that vehicle in its tracks.
Yeah, it's alright. Hulk up. I got Hulk down with the banner.
I suppose that helped. That was fun.
He's come back.
Stop them!
I should have stayed back. I just saw a bunch of them just shooting like down a bucket.
I'm hulking out.
Good shit, good shit. Dang, I wish I could, the stream could hear you guys on chat.
Heads up, back guys.
Better content.
So cold.
Die, boy. I like the way you die, boy. Ooh, there we go, KO.
He stopped them in their tracks.
Another solid hit, Hawkeye.
Whoa. Oh, hell.
Come back here. Leave them to Khonshu.
Much better.
Ooh, clean shot. Clean shot. He's hulking now. Come through then.
We've got trouble. No worries.
Board again. Armed and dangerous.
Let's go. Nowhere to run.
You stop them in their tracks.
Man, my team is popping off in the chat. In the stream. Wasted that ult.
Get ready. Here come the bad
Oh shit, I
guys.
got stuck. Good shit. Damn, they're pressing really hard. They're pressing really hard. Alright, good.
Good thing I was
Oh
here.
my god, that was clean. The BP wasn't ready for that one.
War's not over, Steve.
This whole
You can't
team is
stand down
stunning.
yet.
Oh man, I get getting stuck.
Much better.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Oh my gosh. I'm getting stuck.
We're done here.
Got him.
Good night place to knock. War's not over, Steve. You can't stand down yet.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be the time to stop them.
Need one of these.
Shit, I'm stuck.
Help.
Eyes on your back.
Like right in the middle of the team. Oh my god. I'm like dodging. Uh-oh, I'm gonna die now. Yep. I'll only dodge so much.
You thought I was gone for good?
They've made it halfway. Stop them.
Where is team?
Taste my pain.
Better stop that vehicle.
Good shit, guys.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Your powers are mine. Get ready to victory.
Right? Oh no!
Armed and dangerous. Again.
Dang.
I suppose that helped.
Again.
Well, that was fun.
I always come back.
Oh, you Chef Bourdain. Let's go. Let's go.
Much better.
Woo!
This is real firepower.
Officially offline.
Raccoon out of my face.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be the time to stop them.
I have never felt worse about a winner.
KO.
You thought I was gone for
Better
good.
stop that vehicle.
Have to fight back. The move. Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
Stop them.
do that.
You thought I was gone for good?
Leave them to Khonshu!
Shouldn't have pissed off the god of vengeance.
I know that Ankh anywhere.
One down.
There, ahead. I found them.
Together to victory!
Armed and dangerous! Again! Again!
Another one. That's what I needed.
Again!
On your six!
Your powers are mine! We're done here!
Man, come on, die!
Armed and
Dang, this is
dangerous!
Spider-Man.
I know that Ankh anywhere. Real firepower! It's my way! I'm halting!
Ooh, I got hit pretty hard.
Only 60 seconds left.
Damn. Me too.
Your mind is
Popping up for a second.
I always come back.
Coming through!
Don't give them another inch. Or us. Down to 30 seconds. Grab that vehicle.
Oh shit.
That was brutal, Frank.
The final 10 seconds.
Break free! Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Let's go, let's go. I need a heal.
Feeling better now. Thanks.
Thank you.
Another epic victory.
Wow.
Big
Good shit, bro. They got Frosted scary. Be right back, Benny Potty. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Benny's gotta go. Damn, he had 31 kills? That was insane. So how do I get it so that you guys can hear it in the chat? How do I get that? How do I get that? Super weird. I don't know how to do it. Nice. Yeah, we gotta stick with Winter Soldier. In the Coyotes and Yard, I don't let him out alone. Yeah, definitely not. Last thing we need is Vinny to go 1v12 on some Coyotes.
The right heroes could make all the difference. I'm here.
We are Venom. You are insignificant.
After this, we can check a tier list of the characters now, and then oh, actually, I want to see how Magneto works. So we'll check out Magneto.
This universe needs a different kind of
We'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
What the hell happened to the city, Sue?
Not much. It's just been thrust into darkness and overrun by vampires.
Kinda makes me wish I hadn't given Steve his shield back.
Don't worry, I got you covered in that department.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What am I? Invisible? I have slain ancient gods. This should be easy.
Enemies on your tail.
You're protected now. There is no escape.
They're sneaking from behind.
And fired off a shot. Dang, make it hella loud.
We have returned.
And fired a shot. What kind of gun did you fire the shot with? Hello, a few months back in March, I was chilling in the yard and a coyote came and ran it back to the woods and growling. I had to call him back. Yeah, for sure. Gotta be safe with the doggies.
That was a total blindside.
Better stop that vehicle.
Invisible? A little help, please.
Oh, there was nobody there on my team. I thought my team was there. My bad.
Leave them to armed and dangerous!
Dang, where's my team? Oh, it's right there.
You're welcome.
Feeling stronger already.
Don't mind me. I'm just dying.
I have no idea what my I'm like
You
lost.
can't get rid of us so easy.
Okay, here's my team back here. Okay, got it.
There's still a chance to stop them.
Turning up the heat.
Better stop that vehicle.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Might be a good time to stop them.
This is real firepower!
Better stop that vehicle.
Damn. That's dope. Yeah, our team is not good on this match. I'm gonna try Magneto after this game though.
This is my unnatural soul.
They've made it halfway! Stop them!
Ultra reign supreme.
You really should have known better.
Just what we needed.
My own.
I am finished!
Behind you.
Judge, jury, executioner!
A little help. Clear the way.
Nice. You'd have done
Oh,
the
that's
same
a
to
pretty
me.
cool looking gun.
Venom lives.
Actually,
There's
can I
still a
do
chance
Bucky?
to stop them!
Let's see if I can do Bucky.
Shields up!
Yeah.
The
There we go.
battlefield may change, but the war
I feel like
never
I'm
ends.
just diving in too much and they're not backing me up.
Nothing personal.
Stronghold Castle has a new weapon.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
A little help, please.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Double
Been knocked
KO!
down before. Doesn't last.
They hit a checkpoint. Now might be a good time to stop them.
A little help, please. You are You have been judged unworthy.
One down.
He's stuck in his tracks. Double KO!
I always come back.
Looking like a GG.
Better stop that vehicle!
We got one team member that's not here. Well, that's not
It's
fun.
now or never! Stop them! Better stop that vehicle!
Stop me, weakling!
Nothing personal.
Armed and dangerous!
Much better.
Armed and dangerous! Armed and dangerous!
My mission isn't over yet. Good thing I was here.
Judge, jury, executioner!
I am finished!
I shut down Rocket's beacon.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Well, am I? Oh, invisible?
Playtime's over!
neutralized.
This is real firepower!
Tough.
This is real fire!
I always come back.
Better stop that vehicle!
Tough game.
Don't give them another inch! Or else.
We make a good team.
A little help, please. Only 60 seconds left.
My mission isn't over yet. Much better.
Armed and dangerous! We're done here!
They're sneaking from behind.
That's what I needed.
Playtime's over!
30 seconds.
Again!
Lagging sucks.
Well, you can't expect to win them all.
For some reason, my YouTube went down. Let me fix this first. Bam. Okay, let's go watch some Magneto games because I need to find some new characters to learn.
As an option, hopefully this video did.
Brownie 380? Is that another pistol? Let's see. Magneto. Let's see. Marvel Rivals Magneto. Complete guide.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield.
What was that?
No. But you can go to SafeLight.com and get it fixed now and pay later. Awesome. SafeLight can come to you for free. Don't wait. Get it fixed now and pay later at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight repair,
I feel like I want popcorn.
Brock's candy corn really gives me that fall feeling.
Popcorn right now. That sucks.
Magneto has consistently been amongst the best vanguards in Marvel Rivals, making him a solid contender and ranked across many seasons. My name is Paz, an Eternity player on the competitive ladder, and I'm going to tell you all of the things you need to know in order to pop off and carry your ranked games. Starting things off, understand that Magneto is arguably the most flexible character in the game and requires the player to know how his kit plays differently depending on what both teams are playing. Against dive compositions, Magneto can bubble the backline while holding the enemy frontline back from walking any further to keep everyone else safe. Against more brawly compositions, he also doesn't mind just fragging out by bubbling himself either. Not to mention, he has one of the strongest ultimates in the game when it comes to its impact on the trajectory of a match. Understanding the flexibility of his kit by playing around cover to reduce the damage that you're taking while constantly taking out key targets as well with his ultimate is the name of the game on Magneto. With this in mind, let's start discussing his kit. Starting with the primary fire, the Iron Volley, Magneto casts a single projectile with a delayed impact that deals 40 damage directly and then an additional 40 damage in a spell field around that projectile. So the total damage on a direct hit is 80 no matter what. This is enough to eliminate squishies after 4 shots, but when combined with his mag, cannon, and melee, it actually isn't so bad. You can perform a very fast combo by hitting a primary shot and then immediately canceling the animation with your melee, using the mag cannon afterwards to then finish off with another melee melee if you really want to. This is 10 times easier if you have your melee on one of your mouse buttons. Controller players shouldn't need to really do anything to remap since your melee is just on your aiming stick anyways. The further away Magneto is from somebody, the larger the explosion spell radius will be as well. You also cannot snipe enemies with the primary fire because the max range you can fire this before it explodes is 25 meters. Now I do want to highlight that the prompt in game when you're trying to learn Magneto, it says that it does more damage the further you are away. This is not true. The spell field explosion is just larger. So in theory, you are doing a lot more area of effect damage, just not single target damage, and that can be a little misleading. This knowledge does tell us a lot though about how we really want to be using our primary fire damage on Magneto. Magneto's ultimate is one of the most impactful tools in his kit and arguably the game at a charge of 3,400. So the more damage you can do to large groups of enemies, the faster you're going to have that ultimate to dunk on the enemy team and turn fights. While looking to pressure enemy DPS on off angles is helpful and still encouraged, it also isn't the end of the world if you are just poking in main so that you can have your ult faster for whatever might get thrown your way. Let's round out our understanding of Magneto's damaging abilities though by understanding his mag cannon. Found to right click by default, Magneto's mag cannon shoots out a fast moving projectile that deals more damage based on how many rings are behind him. At its first level, the mag cannon does 40 damage. At the second level, the mag cannon does 65. And finally, at level 3, the final level, the mag cannon deals 90 damage and also deals a pretty heavy knockback to the enemy it hits. While this ability has no cooldown, it can only be used when at least one level has been generated around Magneto. Each level is annotated under your reticle here, and every 3 seconds, you will progress to another level. At longer ranges, you can start a combo with a primary fire shot followed up by your mag cannon, and then hit another primary shot to deal 250 damage. This is enough to defeat squishies with 250 health. The other nice part about that knockback effect is that you can actually knock back enemy tanks into their teams further away so that the area of effect damage from your primary fire will hit more targets, offering you more ult charge. Most of the time, you are going to be proactively using the mag cannon though to deal more burst damage throughout the game to make you a bit more of a lethal threat to the enemies. There are other more defensive ways you can use the ability too though. Against characters that like to get up close and personal like Spider-Man or even Iron Fist, you can use the mag cannon to knock them away from your backline to give your backline just a little bit more time to live against those targets and possibly even buy them enough time so that they live and you eliminate the enemy target. This is a pretty big deal once you can get pretty good with it. Something you'll want to avoid is using the ability at level 1 though. Since it only does 40 damage, you lose out on a lot of utility. And if you really need the damage, you are probably close enough to cancel your primary fire with your melee anyways, so it's rarely ever needed to use mag cannon at level 1. Using the cannon at level 2 or level 3 is much better in my opinion. How are we to build charge for the mag cannon though outside of just waiting? That's where the bubbles come into play, the iron and metal bulwark. Upon pressing E by default, Magneto will conjure up a bubble shield around an ally that absorbs damage before it breaks. Magneto can also conjure a bubble upon himself with the same properties by pressing F by default. The cooldown for bubble is shared between both of these abilities, and it is 12 seconds long. This means if you bubble a teammate, you cannot use another bubble until 12 seconds pass. Both bubbles are placed on the target for 2.5 seconds before they disappear as well. The bubbles can also break if the enemies deal 300 damage to them in total. If the bubble breaks, 3 charges will instantly be granted to Magneto, fully powering up his mag cannon. Because of this, the strategy is to mag cannon while in bubble so that you can have another one instantly after to melt squishies that might be breaking your bubbles. The bubbles can also be used in one of 2 different ways: to charge your damage capabilities like we were just talking about, or to save you or a teammate from a lethal threat. You can inform yourself on how you're probably going to have to use your bubbles based on what characters you have and what you are up against. For example, if you are playing against brawly characters like The Thing, Bucky, or Invisible Woman that want to bulldoze through your team, starting with the tanks first, reserving the bubble for yourself is usually ideal. This is not only because you are going to be taking the brunt of the damage, but also because it's going to enable you to brawl harder and possibly walk into the enemy backlines to find a pick on the enemy supports if they're mispositioned, and having 2 mag cannon charges is definitely going to help you with this. Against divey characters like Black Panther, Psylocke, Iron Fist,
Too
or
much
even
paperwork over
Spider-Man,
here.
for example, all of these characters, it's just
think you have
completely
to have,
different.
like a
The bubble
license
should
too
almost
over here.
never go on yourself, and instead should always be reserved for whoever in the backline the enemy is diving, usually your supports. This is because since the enemy is running these types of characters instead of those Buckies and things that are just going to run you down, you probably aren't going to be taking all that much damage on Magneto anyways, and you just don't need that extra damage mitigation. Also, by simply keeping your supports alive, you are likely going to win the game since you are forcing so many enemy cooldowns out at the simple click of a button. Something that is very, very important to note, and you need to listen to this, is that it is not on your supports in ranks to constantly be calling for help or for your bubble. While it is something that they definitely should do if they were really good players, it's ranked. It's an absolute circus. You and I both know that. Therefore, in my opinion, it is on you as the Magneto player to be bringing up the stat menu in between fights to see what the enemies have and if they are going to be making any switches. You have no excuse to be unaware of a diver in your backline when you are on Magneto. It is the most important part of his kit, so make sure you know who you are bubbling for, whether that be for yourself or for a support in the backline, or if for someone wants to just get aggressive with ultimate. Let's review some rules though with the bubbles, just so I can make sure that we are on the same page. Rule 1, use the bubble to peel for your backline if there are any enemy divers. Rule 2, if Rule 1 does not apply, look to use your bubbles on yourself to amplify your damage and push aggressively to make more space and possibly find picks. And finally, the last rule that we haven't really gone over yet is to make sure to keep your bubble for ultimates if there are any that apply. These situations are true for both friendly and enemy ultimates. For example, when you know that the enemies have a Magneto ultimate, an Iron Man ultimate, or even a Bucky ultimate, it is very important that you keep your bubble to save your supports that are probably going to be looking to use their ultimate in response. Having the patience to hold your bubble will not only save your teammates, but it will also force out ultimates from the enemy team and allow you to get ahead in the ult economy throughout the game, which is insanely powerful. The same goes for using your bubble to enable your teammates. If the enemy support ults and you have an Iron Man, chances are he's probably going to be looking to take them out with his ultimate. Save your bubble and dish it to him so that he doesn't blow up mid-cast. The same is true for Punisher ultimates, Bucky ultimates, Scarlet Witch ultimates. I think you get the gist of it now. There is a reason why Magneto is one of the strongest carry characters in the game, and it is because most of his kit directly changes the course of the game through ultimates. Make sure you're looking at that menu to stay informed on what is going on throughout the game, get ready to block and enable ultimates, and you will carry games with just bubbles alone, I promise. Moving on to his shield ability though, the Magnetic Curtain. By pressing Shift by default, Magneto projects an energy shield in front of him that blocks incoming damage. What's super cool about this shield is that it is not health based, but instead energy based. The shield has 100 charge that depletes at a rate of 65 per second. So you can't hold up the shield for too long. When the shield is down, the energy recovers at a rate of 11 per second. So the shield can be up for about a second and a half, and then it takes 10 seconds to fully recharge. On top of this, the shield has a cooldown of 3 seconds between uses, even if you have charge left over. This information should tell you about how you want to use Magneto's shield. Magneto's shield is not like a strange shield that can be put up frequently and used for rotating across long stretches of terrain. Instead, Magneto's shield is really good for blocking high amounts of burst damage or specific cooldowns. Examples of this is like if two Punishers are ulting each other on both teams. If you put your shield up, the enemy Punisher cannot hurt anyone for a second and a half, and your Punisher will melt him quickly, even if he's not ulting. Strange's shield will lose this situation almost every single time. Other examples of this are like when enemies throw cooldowns, like Hella Daggers, Invisible Woman Vortexes, stuns, you get the deal. This is because the shield intercepts them and they are vaporized from existence. Strange's shields only block the cooldowns, they still will go through though. Mag's shield can also eat ultimates like Iron Man's and other Mag ults, making him the most consistent option in the game against them. Just like Bubble, you have to think about what you are going to use your shield on before the enemy throws those abilities at you. Building upon this, how you use your shield with another shield tank beside you compared to a roaming tank like Captain America is very different. With a Doctor Strange, you should use your shield to intercept instances of high damage so that you can have both of your shields for longer than the enemy team has theirs. This was the name of the game in older metas like in Season 1. The shield can also be used to enable off-angling DPS like Hela. However, with Ultron in the game now, as well as Invisible Woman, a drone does the trick now, and this rarely happens. Do your best to use the mag shield to intercept key cooldowns by using natural cover to survive, so you always have energy for the shield when you actually need it. Before we talk about Magneto's ultimate, let's quickly cover his passive that allows him to glide when in the air, Magnetic Descent. To be honest, there is rarely ever a crazy use for this, but it can be nice if you are off-angling for whatever reason and want to ignore the enemy's shields and possibly find a pick on the backline. It is far more relevant for Hela's kit when she glides, because she finds herself in these situations where she wants to get around shields, but hey, now you know that Magneto can do it too. The team up with Emma requires more discussion though, as with the press of a button, Magneto instantly creates a clone of himself that shoots what he shoots, but more importantly, has some pretty crazy bubble interactions. The clone does 70% of the damage you do and only has 150 HP on a 30-second cooldown. However, when you use bubble on yourself, the clone will also bubble itself. And when you bubble a teammate, both you and your teammate will be bubbled if the clone is still alive. Because of this, the clone is a great thing to pop when you are about to be taking tempo back in the fight and retaliating on the enemy team's push. Or for just simply getting aggressive, since it'll give you so many mag cannon charges if you play it right. Compared to Psylocke, the team up with Mag is significantly stronger as it makes his damage output noticeably better, and the bubble value cannot be underlooked. Not to mention, Emma and Magneto pair very, very well together as a tank lineup, at least in Season 2.5. Enough talk about Magneto's basic abilities though, let's discuss his ultimate, Meteor M. Upon using the ultimate, Magneto will begin floating while channeling a magnetic ball for 4 seconds that absorbs all enemy projectiles within a 15-meter spherical radius around Magneto. I want to say that projectiles does not include lasers. Lasers can still go through and kill you if you use this ultimate. At the end of the 4-second duration, Magneto will throw the meteor projectile at the enemies, dealing 300 damage if not powered up by the enemy. If the enemies deal enough damage before Magneto throws the meteor, it will break in the air. As for the exact numbers, the meteor absorbs 800 points of damage. Every point of damage that the enemy deals to the meteor powers it up by 0.125 damage. So a maximum of 100 damage you can power it up with before it breaks. Not really all that much, so not really worth holding. The more damage you ramp up, the more leeway you have to miss slightly and eliminate the enemy with the splash of the ult, but dude, just hit the ultimate. Here are some common breakpoints to deal 300 damage, since that's what you really want to know if you want to make sure you're eliminating squishies. After 1 second or 25% of the ultimate's duration, 50 damage charge from below will deal enough damage to deal 300. After 2 seconds or 50% of the ultimate's duration, 34 damage charge will deal enough. After 3 seconds or 75% of the ultimate's duration, 12 damage charge will deal enough. And after 4 seconds, the ultimate will deal enough on its own without any charge. Alright, but when should you use your ultimate? Always try and go for enemy support ultimates if both teams have even numbers. This is the easiest way to get value on Magneto and how you are going to carry most games. If you can consistently take out enemy support ultimates, you are going to win. It is just that simple. What you need to look out for though are Loki runes and mag bubbles, as they will stop you from carrying with your ultimate. What you can do is pressure either one of these characters out before the fight really breaks out to force out the bubble or the runes. In most ranks, a proactive play like this is enough to get what you need forced out to carry later on in the fight. Outside of forcing abilities out, the only support that is a little different is Luna Snow, since she does get a hefty shield in her ultimate. Tell your team to shoot her shield off or do it yourself before using your ult. Magneto's ultimate can also be used as a supportive ultimate against very specific heroes. For example, against Star-Lord and the Punisher, responding to their ultimates with your own not only sucks up their projectiles, but also sets you up to possibly take them out instantly after, especially against the Punisher. You have to be careful though. While your supports should just know not to ult here, even Eternity players make this mistake and ult anyways. It honestly ticks me off quite a lot. Sometimes you also don't need to respond to an ultimate. Sometimes you already lost or won the fight, or you can simply just use your energy shield to block the Punisher ult long enough to just eliminate him with your team anyways. This is important because then you can save your ultimate for later in the game where you might be able to cancel another crucial support ultimate. The whole idea here that I'm trying to convey is that you're countering an enemy ult with your neutral kit so that you can have your ultimate to cancel another enemy one more consistently later. This whole situation is super neat niche, but I see a lot of
Dang,
Magneto
Magneto
players
sounds
not
hard.
thinking about the nuance of their ultimate and making a mistake that doesn't necessarily lose
a
them the game, but it also doesn't
reaction
help them win the game either.
not sure if
Other
that's a good
ultimates
character
you
for
can
me
look
to
out
learn
for
now
to
right
counter
away
are
like
Iron Man ultimates and Ultron ultimates as well to save your supports and then eliminate the enemy supports right after. Magneto's ultimate is incredible. If you can't hit the mag ults, don't play mag or practice him enough to the point where you're actually going to get solid, because it really does make a big deal. All right, but now that we have discussed all of Magneto's abilities, let's start thinking about what counters him. To be honest, Magneto is one of the most versatile characters in the game because of his bubbles. This makes it really hard to find a counter against him. Emma can absolutely run the game and run over Mag if you let her build charge off of you early. Make sure you block her crystals and you should be fine. Against Groot, he can also be pretty annoying since he can wall you off from your team and you don't deal enough damage to break the walls in time. As far as DPS go, obviously Wolverine is pretty annoying for all Vanguards, but with Magneto bubbles, you have a better matchup into him than most other tanks. Iron Fist can be really annoying too, but not enough to the point where I'm really getting countered and really have a problem with him. Finally, Loki and Adam are pretty annoying to play into as Mag, simply because they both have very consistent ways of dealing with your ultimate. Soul Bond is impossible to deal with unless you can specifically target Adam with the ult. And Loki runes are, well, they're Loki runes, and I don't really think I have to explain that at this point. As for who Mag likes to play with, Emma has the team up and is overall just a great pick with Mag. All the tanks don't really mind having a Mag either, since he is super versatile and can be slotted anytime, anywhere. Magic was a menace with Magneto when she was actually a good character, since the bubble enabled her to go in and find a pick much more consistently. Bubbles on Star-Lord aggressively also allowed him to spin into the enemy team and get crazy amounts of ultimate charge without fear of getting countered too. I'm sure there are other crazy DPS combos that you're going to find out in the future metas too with the bubble. Luna and Loki are by far the best support combo in the game. It's not even close. And because of this, these are the ones that you want to be playing with Magneto if they are not banned, no question. To be honest, no support really functions incredibly well with Mag, at least right now, to the point that they're going to be showing up on this list. But now that we understand Magneto and his kit, as well as where he is applicable, let's take a look at a couple of VODs to get an even better understanding of his kit. All right, y'all, so for the VODs tonight, I know I'm going to be sounding a little bit quieter. It's because, well, I'm recording this when everyone in my house is asleep, so just bear with me. But we're going to be looking at Climate. He was a great Overwatch player and now is an even better Marvel Rivals player. I'm not sure if he actually plays for a team right now, but I did see that his profile was open. We could get some good mag clips from this, and let me just tell you guys, I've actually learned some stuff from this that I didn't even put in the guide yet. First off, before we even start with anything, I think it's very important whenever I run a Magneto VOD review, look at the characters that are being played right now. On his team, he has really Jeff and Rocket, not the best ranked support comp that I would like. I mean, Luna and Loki's obviously better, but he also has a very important character that he's going to have to enable throughout most of this game, and that is Kobe carries on the Punisher. Whenever the Punisher ults, that's going to be very important that you're looking to at least shield or even bubble. Now, the enemy team doesn't really have a Magneto to kill that Punisher, but still they are going to be shooting him with the Hela and anything else that they might switch to. Now, when I look at the enemy team here, they have a Venom, but they don't really have anything else to really hard dive alongside the Venom. I mean, yes, they have the Rocket that's going to be able to amplify the ultimate, so that he's going to be able to one-shot people if he gets pretty strong with his engagement. But other than Venom himself, there's really nothing to be scared of. And you also have the Namor for backline. So to be honest, I don't think the bubbles are actually going to be going to Jeff or Rocket all that often. Instead, what I think we're going to be seeing here is we're going to be seeing Bubbles aggressively on himself to maybe find some more mag cannon charges so that he can push back the Wolverine, which he does quite a few times. I think pressing tab here and understanding how Magneto is going to switch around what is going on is the most important thing with his kit that so many people are missing out on, especially in ranked, because no two games of ranked are ever the same. This is like High Celestial, almost one above all from when it was recorded. This is what you're going to see even in the highest rank. People are going to play some pretty interesting stuff. So let's take a look at what happens here first here. I wanted to show you guys, look how he uses his mag cannon charges. He's really just pushing tanks back so that he can get as much ult charge as possible. It's only been about 40, I mean, really just the first fight here, and he's already halfway to his ultimate. The other thing I wanted to show here too is he always uses his mag cannon either to push a tank back or to push the Wolverine back when he wants to get aggressive and push up, or to bubble the Hulk here so that the Wolverine can't pull his Hulk out and then thus eliminate his Hulk. It's very passive, just very controlling gameplay because of what the enemy has, that he doesn't really feel like, I feel like even if he had bubble here, he doesn't really care. He's just gonna mag cannon this Venom out, and there's really no big issue here. So the mag cannon, I thought it was a really big damage tool, and it is, don't get me wrong, but it's an even bigger just alt charging tool or just pushing people away tool that's going to allow you to live a whole lot longer. And just one more thing here, this is still the first VOD, I wanted to show, look, the Punisher ults here, and then immediately what he's going to do is shift his entire play style. He's not really going to try to play super aggressively anymore. He doesn't have a bubble. He's just going to save his Punisher, and then because he still has energy shield charge up, he's just going to continue walking forward. I mean, there's nothing else better than this. It's very, very solid, team-oriented mag gameplay that is going to carry you in ranked. For this next fight, I really want to hone in on how Climate is using his Magneto ultimate. Again, a great mag cannon charge there. We didn't really, I know we highlighted that last VOD, but this VOD specifically, I want to show you guys, watch how he walks forward when the Hulk gets active, trying to just pressure that Wolverine so the Wolverine can't pull his Hulk out. Very good stuff. The Hela then uses his ult. Now, I know a lot of mag players are like, oh, my ult is great for countering this Hela ult, but they don't really question, why am I ulting here? Where is the Hela ult happening? Look at where the Hela actually is. The fact that Climate knew, hey, this Hela ult is like just kind of bad and is just being used to save himself. He doesn't actually need to use the mag ult to save his team. He doesn't need to pull it out this early, and instead is going to hold it for the rocket ult that's actually coming soon, because no one on his team is going to be able to kill that very quickly. So watch, he backs off here, right clicks that Wolverine again. Again, that is actually the key to dealing with Wolverine on Magneto. I don't know why I didn't highlight that in the counter section, but hey, mag cannon to Wolverine, very great idea. So then here, Doctor Strange is going to look to pretty much ults the whole team, saves it. This is insane ult. This is insane ult, by the way. He's going to use the ult here, not just to stop the Venom's engagement, since he doesn't want to have to, I think he bubbles someone else here. He arguably could have just bubbled someone here, but still, I mean, I still think this is a great idea here. He uses the meteor to suck up all the damage that's going to be following up on that Venom ult from the Hela, and then he's going to turn. He's not going to be able to find anyone because he was strictly using it defensively to take tempo back in the fight, which I think is a really big deal. And then he's going to use this to break the rocket ult so that he can take tempo back in the fight. This is something, I mean, yeah, he does get kidnapped away. He is going to live here. And sure, they can still use a Cloak and Dagger ultimate, but now look what they have. They have more ults to look back and retaliate with. They now have their rocket ult. They now have their Jeff ult. And they're going to win this fight just very easily, by the way. So this type of stuff in ranked, where you're using the ultimate not just specifically to counter like roaming support ults, but more as a, it's my turn now. Like, now I'm using the Magneto ult because, yeah, you're using a bunch of ultimates, but I'm going to stop that. I'm going to find a pick, or I'm going to destroy a deployable like the rocket beacon that's very strong, and now we have a fighting chance to get back into this fight. Very good ultimate usage from Climate. Let's look at one more play. For our last VOD, yes, guys, I know I'm yapping a lot, but I feel like Magneto is just one of those characters that needs a lot of yap, a lot of conceptual understanding. So right here, I want to show you guys how Climate goes about hitting ults easier. So we're just going to play this through. Yes, obviously you're going to try to hit a Cloak and Dagger, but he made it look so easy. But I think a lot of you actually would have missed this ultimate. Now, I want you guys to count in your head how many times the Cloak and Dagger on the enemy team actually dashes mid-ult. We're going to count it together. 1, 2, 3, and he was about to have a fourth. But I want to take a freeze frame of right when Climate uses this ultimate, right here. I think a lot of people look at this and they're like, oh, this is going to be easy. I can just wait for the fourth dash. There's two problems with this. One, the enemy Cloak and Dagger is in cloak form, meaning they can immediately right click, they can shift, they can fade away. You're going to miss that. The second thing is, if you look at this angle, there's a lot of different places that the Cloak and Dagger can go to actually dodge this Magneto ult. I don't think they have any options going left, but they could dash forward into this statue. It's still going to be doable of an ult, but it's going to be a lot harder. But they can also just dash behind this statue, and it's almost impossible for Climate to hit here. So I think it's really good to have that understanding of like, hey, I'm about like 75% of the way done with this ult. I have hit the threshold that's going to be able to one-shot with this ultimate. I'm just going to rip it on the third dash because I used it right away, and it's going to make it that much easier to hit. I think a lot of people are going to see to wait. But I think against Cloak and Dagger, and I know you guys play against a lot of this character, trying to go for the third dash, like the end of the third dash into the fourth, is something that you have to be willing and ready to do if you're going to be a lot more consistent with your ultimates. So if you join the Discord, you're going to see a lot of Climate. He's been a part of this community ever since my Overwatch 2 days, which, man, that was like 2 years ago at this point. So I'll see if he wants to promote anything in the description, and let's close out the video. And that closes out today's guide for Magneto in
Magneto
Marvel.
looks super hard. Like, I'm not going to be able to learn him. Let's see what's in there. Other tier list for Marvel Rivals, so I gotta learn. Eventually, yeah, that looks pretty tough, right? Like, there was a lot of information.
Little.
Man, this takes me back.
Play. These things are all true, but it doesn't change the fact that Penny specifically is not really that great on attack. Like, yeah, you can play Penny on attack, but in general, Penny is going to get... With the release of Marvel Rivals Season 4, there has been tons of buffs, nerfs, and changes to the meta overall. That's why in this video, we're going to be breaking down the best and worst tanks, DPS, and supports in this 4.0 tier list, so you'll know exactly how your main stacks up in the meta. But before we begin, I need you to check out the Marvel Rivals Academy. If you want to improve and hit Grandmaster, Celestial, Eternity, or even one above all, the Rivals Academy has everything that you need to quickly get better. We have Coach Scrims, consistent coaching classes, community where you'll find amazing duo partners, and even in-house tournaments that we run consistently. There's a ton of ways to take Rivals and your skill to the next level, and the first month is completely free, so try it risk-free in the links down below.
Oh,
now, the first characters that we gotta talk about are the tanks, because
Missions?
all metas are built and based around tanking.
That's a good idea.
They are the characters that you take space with and execute a game plan through, so what tanks are the best typically dictate what is the best for everything else. But that being said, there are no F&D tier tanks because all the tanks are reasonable, and honestly, in most cases, there is a shortage of tanks. Having less than 2 tanks on a team actually dramatically reduces your chance of winning a game, and having no tanks means you're basically gonna lose no matter what. So with that in mind, let's talk about the C tier tanks, and both of these tanks are actually very powerful in the right situation. But that's just what it is. They're situational tanks, meaning that they are situationally good or bad, and it's hard to put them high up on the tier list when you're talking about overall pick rate and overall power level. And the first character on that list is actually Angela. And I know that Angela is the new chick on the block, so she's a little bit harder to evaluate than the other characters because we haven't had a lot of time with her. But the reality of Angela is that she's an extremely polarizing and map-based hero. Her primary ability is her capability to displace enemies, and if you're on a map where you could take people off the map, that could be a legitimate free kill, which is extremely powerful. But on a map where you can't take someone off the map, you're only taking them just a little bit away from their team, and that isolation is going to get more or less value, kind of depending on who you're doing it against. Some characters with hypermobility, they're going to be able to play around this very, very easily, and you could be kidnapping Psylocke all day, and it's not going to get any definitive value. But other characters with less mobility, characters that you can just displace and typically end up in a free kill if you have some other sort of follow-up, that can be really powerful. So she's not only very composition based, but she's also very map dependent, and she just doesn't really have the capability of being a main tank as well. You can basically never solo tank with her, and in some cases, even playing her as your third tank is most optimal. Now, once again, in the spot she's good in, she could be an absolute hard carry, but once again, she isn't the most flexible tank, and it's rather narrow compared to other characters, exactly what situations she's going to shine in. You compare it with a character like Magneto, for example, that can be basically played in almost any situation, and you really see the difference. Now, the other one in C tier that it's a bit weird putting her here because I think she's legitimately very strong in a similar way to Angela in her spots, it's Penny. And Penny has spots where she's legitimately insane and other spots where she's not so great. And I do understand that she did get a buff in this season where now her ultimate is quite a bit better. And I also understand that this character is very highly picked in low elo and also has a really disproportionately high pick rate on console play. These things are all true, but it doesn't change the fact that Penny specifically is not really that great on attack. Like, yeah, you can play Penny on attack, but in general, Penny is going to get so much more value on defense. It's crazy. This character might be a, like, you know, 60, 75% win rate on defense. And then on attack, the character loses 10, 15, 20% of that win rate because the character just doesn't have the tools to take space in the way other tanks can. Like, yes, you can flank, and yes, you can set up traps that supports can walk back into and you get value, but you just get that for free when you're on defense versus having to do this crazy setup that may or may not get value. And something else about Penny is that the less coordinated players are, the better and better you are. You really just benefit a lot from the chaotic nature of ranked, the fact that players don't peel, players aren't aware of you. If players coordinated together and got you out of their backline or coordinated together to destroy your generators, all of a sudden your value really diminishes, but players just don't do that in ranked. It's one of the many reasons why Penny sees a ton of play in ranked play, but almost no pro play. And she probably won't. I just can't imagine in her current state she ever sees definitive pro play. Besides putting all your mines at a spawn and then Doctor Strange portaling someone into it and they just blow up instantly. Like gimmicky stuff like that, sure. For the most part, no. Now, this isn't to say that this character is bad, because I think this character is extremely good and she has great matchups against some of the best characters in the game, like Magic, for instance, and she's super good against almost any melee character in the game. Any character that wants to get in close, she's really good against. She's really good against dive. And if players don't swap, don't counter you, or don't work together, you win the game against them for free. And you also have the highest % chance of holding on first in a situation where you need to stop them from getting even a single tick, or you just want to use it on a first point, choke point on defense, and then swap off. She's amazingly powerful. So I don't want you to sleep on this character. I think she requires players to swap and adapt to her more than almost any other character in the game. But she's not very flexible in how she plays. She does one thing very, very well. And if that doesn't work, then you might want to swap off. Now let's move on to the B tier. These are characters that I think are just really good in some situations, but there are more objectively powerful and flexible characters above them. But in their sub-niches, they really shine, or in the hands of someone really skilled, they shine. So first off is The Thing. I have The Thing at the bottom of B tier because The Thing, while he is really, really strong in his spots, we're starting to see him lag behind in the spots that he's not shining in. Like, yes, he can brawl frontline double shield. Yes, he's good against dive and he can crowd control them down. But outside of those situations, he does flounder a bit because he's not great against poke. He can get shredded by long distance damage dealers without a really consistent way to contest them. In addition to those things, he doesn't have great ways to defend himself and typically needs to be played with another person that can kind of take up the mitigation for the team. Like Thing, Mag works really well, but for most other tanks to synergize with the Thing, not so much. I think Thing Emma is okay, but really when you're playing the Thing, you're typically using him to be some sort of DPS hypermobility counter. And while this is super strong, don't get me wrong, there are so many ways to deal with hypermobility and dive that don't require the Thing that you would most likely rather play just a more powerful character and then just swap up your comp to deal with dive instead of making it so that you have to give up a really powerful tank for the Thing to stop a dive. I think the Thing mostly could be a great tool that you can swap to when no one else is dealing with the problems, the dive problems. But a lot of times it feels like you're swapping to a worse pick just to deal with a problem that someone else on your team could deal with. Some other piece of crowd control, triple support, or just something else can deal with the problems better, and you giving up your entire attention to just try to mitigate is not really the best use of a tank's time when tanks can do so much more than that. And I'm not saying Thing can't do more than that. I'm just saying that you almost are always feeling like you're backdoored into playing Thing, and then you're not able to do all the great powerful things like swing on the front line. So he's just in this weird space right now where I just don't feel like he really stacks up that well against the best tanks in the game, and he's really only useful for being like an anti-meta pick or an anti-dive pick, and I think that's a fine place for him, but he's not shining as much as he once did in previous metas. Now, next up in the B tier, I actually have Thor, which is a character that has been historically one of the worst tanks in the game, even though he's been reasonably powerful in low elo, reasonably powerful in solo queue. I think he can solo carry a lot, and the character is still great at taking duels, taking 1v1s, contesting isolated targets. these are all still part of Thor's kit, but there's a couple of big changes, and the big one comes from his ultimate being able to be faster and then stunning targets. So what this really does is it allows Thor to just be more consistent with hitting ults, but more importantly than that, it makes people actually fear Thor ult. Because that's really the ultimate problem before, is if you had, let's just say, 2 supports together, if they knew that they weren't going to die to the Thor ult, which they really wouldn't because it doesn't do that much damage, they sometimes didn't even feel like they had to pop their defensive ults. So now Thor always will force a defensive ult with his ultimate. If you fly over someone, bubble them, so if they walk out, they get slowed and take damage, and pop your ultimate. If they don't have a defensive ultimate, they will pop it every single time because they can't risk getting stunned. Like, the fear of the stun is really, really strong. It also sets up for a lot of situations where your team can focus fire and kill through a defensive ult. But really, once again, the main weakness that Thor has is his survivability when players are hyper-optimized and all playing meta. When there's a lot of crowd control, a lot of focus fire, characters that can stun you like Jean seeing play, hella stuns, and just pretty much so many stuns. Supports have stuns, DPS has stuns. If you ever try to make an aggressive play and get stunned by 2 people like Luna Freeze into Phoenix stun, you're just dead. Like, every single time, you're just dead. So the character does struggle as people start to play more hyper meta. But until then, I think the character just really gets to kind of do whatever he wants and has so much impact. But when people start to play hyper meta, triple support, freaking stuns, broken DPS like Phoenix, or really strong DPS like Phoenix, and then, you know, just so much powerful utility that can stun you over and over again, it can be frustrating to play this character. But on the plus side, the grounding aspect of your circle, of your realm to ground torches, Ultrons, Iron Man, and even Angela's, it's actually really strong. Like, it's actually pretty powerful, and it can create free kill opportunities where people just fall to the ground and they can't do anything about you. And it also is nice that you can win a 1v1 against almost every DPS in the game, so this really helps against characters that actively want to always try to duel with you, characters like Magic, characters like Iron Fist. In a true isolated 1v1, you can just straight up win it, which is cool.
A successful shindig doesn't happen by accident. Walmart Plus members get free delivery on more than just groceries. So I can order up Gouda and a good time! Who knew? Who knew? Become a member who knows better with Walmart Plus.
Want your loved ones to know when you're on your way? Turn on Share My Trip in the Uber app, and we'll keep them updated on your live trip location. That's safety simplified. Uber.
Behind every great fortune is a great crime. Is this blood money?
FX is The Lowdown. Premieres tonight at 9 on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Native deodorant sprays on clean, which means no aluminum clouds to harsh your vibe.
It's native. Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American.
Now, last up in the B tier, we have Captain America, which did receive a damage nerf, which did hurt him a bit, but I don't want you to think that this character is unplayable, because this character's not. He's actually still really strong. He still stalls cart really, really well. He still harasses supports in the back line. He's still super, super survivable, and that constant pressure, the constant of forcing supports to heal each other, or the constant of forced attention that he can create is still really good. He's still one of the best dive enablers in the game, where he can just constantly bait out attention and clear the way utility-wise for like a Black Panther, for instance. And he also just plays well in a non-dive comp, just being someone that constantly forces out resources and pressures enemies when they are also being pressured on the front line. You know, diving the back line Luna at the same time the front line is being really heavily pressured, puts a lot of really hard decisions on the Luna, and that's really, really good. And Cap's one of the few characters that can do that for like extended periods of time and not also die. There's a lot of characters that they could do it for a little bit, but then they will die if they don't leave right away. Cap is just not the case, and also his ultimate is really, really strong, allowing your team to survive, being like a pseudo defensible, making it so Cap can just be almost unkillable against certain compositions. There's a lot to love about Cap, but he's definitely a bit weaker than he was before in patch 3.5, and I do think overall he is feeling that small change, but it's not enough to knock him down too far. Now, we're moving up to the A tier, and the A tier is honestly pretty stacked. I think at the bottom of A tier, it's a bit hard to say, but I'm going to put Hulk at the bottom of A tier. Hulk pretty much does insane against so many different things, especially with that Namor team up. You're just generally good against nonsense. I think it's one of the most powerful duos to play against everything but hard meta. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that hard meta is in a second. But Namor, good against dive, good also being aggressive in an off angle. Hulk can be all over the place. He can peel, he can dive, he can brawl, he can make plays. Like, he just gets to do a little bit of everything. And the pressure of Hulk being disruptive and applying pressure where surgically kind of where he wants to, and then Namor just being able to double squid, right click a support and kill them on a flank very, very quickly is just an immense amount of pressure. And really, the only reason that Hulk isn't higher is because Hulk starts to really suffer when people start to play truly hard meta things. Triple support anything is really frustrating for Hulk and Namor to play against. Distance pokers like Phoenix especially, really frustrating to play against because they can destroy the squids, they can stabilize a lot easier, so you're never going to put them on the back foot because they have more tools to kind of stabilize your all-in aggression, so you're not going to be able to like catch them off guard nearly as much. They can burst you down, they can heal or heal through your damage. So when players are playing like as an example, a Mag Emma triple support with a Jean, you feel useless. Like, you actually just feel like you can't do anything. Can't kill a support, can't even catch them off guard, can never kill a Jean, too much mobility. The front line is basically untouchable for you. They have too many defensive tools. But when opponents are playing something like triple DPS, which happens all the time, you're just going to destroy them all. Like, they can't do anything against you. And I think Hulk Namor is kind of like that gatekeeper for high elo play. When people in high elo are playing hyper optimized compositions, Hulk Namor doesn't feel that great. But in every other situation, now all of a sudden this guy's an absolute raid boss. And I think he really separates almost. This duo as a whole separates like high level play from like optimized, like almost pro emulation play is really what it's doing. So in most ranks, 99% of ranks, I think Hulk, Namor, S tier duo. But at the very, very highest elo, probably only like A or B tier. Now, a character that I actually have a bit above Hulk, and in my opinion is part of the most powerful composition in the game, is Venom. And I'm actually going to have a meta analysis video coming soon that you can smash that subscribe so you can look out for that. But a little spoiler to that is one of the most powerful compositions, and in my opinion, probably the most powerful composition, is actually a Venom Jeff triple support comp. And the reason that it's so strong is that the Jeff Venom team up is actually insane. It's like almost a mini soul bond. And when you combine that with characters like Luna and Adam that also have a really powerful team up, and then you just have soul bond into another soul bond into a Luna using her synergy to gain health. And then you have all kinds of really powerful combos like Venom diving in and getting bubbled, Star-Lord getting bubbled by the Jeff and spinning in with a Magneto bubble. You got Venom ult with Luna damage boost. You get to just play from like all these weird attack angles and force out cooldowns and then re-engage like on a dime. Jeff can also heal you from just really weird setups and weird angles as well. And Venom just plays really well into all those things, but he gets a bit worse in the chaotic nature of ranked. Like, when you have all of these proper resources and a team that is kind of centered around you and they understand what you're accomplishing, it's cool. But in ranked, when you dive in and you force like 3 people to look at you, you bait out 2 freezes, 2 stuns, a heal, a pocket, and all this attention, then you get out safely, and your team is like eating glue on the front line, you're like, all right, well, I guess I'm going to swap off of this character. Because he has a hard time getting value himself, or rather, the value he gets himself isn't just like tangible kills. Like, when Emma grabs someone and kicks them into a wall and kills them, that's just like, oh, okay, she got someone out of position, she killed them right away, it's really obvious. When Venom baits out so many cooldowns and so much attention, you're actually getting a nutty amount of value, but it's not showing up on the scoreboard. And it doesn't really matter if that Venom is like 5 and 5, he could be doing so freaking much. And that's the important part here. I think Venom is a perfect character to fit into a more coordinated strategy with a duo partner or a trio partner. But as a solo carry character, he can be a bit rough. And I do also think that when played perfectly, he's part of one of the best compositions in the game. And for all these reasons, I have to put him in the A tier out of pure respect. But I do understand the frustrations that can come with this character when you're trying to make him work and you don't have a lot of follow-up, you're baiting out all these cooldowns and no one's going to help you, and there's all this crazy amount of crowd control that your team doesn't want to really ban, but you're just going to get hit by it anyway, like Namor, Bucky, Emma Stun, and it could just feel like a nightmare. Now, next in the A tier, a character that's a massive winner this season is Doctor Freaking Strange. This character was almost S tier, guys. That's how strong he is. Because Doctor Strange now, on 6 seconds for his Maelstrom of Madness, you have just a lot of consistent damage, a lot of consistent uptime. You're almost never going to anti yourself. You're always going to be able to pressure that front line, trade damage fairly and pretty evenly on the front line. And you're going to build up ultimates so goddamn fast. So Strange just gets to be this constant damage dealer and build up ultimates that can just literally carry fights all by themselves. He already has a portal, which meant that he was one of the most important characters for everyone to learn, regardless of who you main in general, because it doesn't matter if you're a DPS, a support, or whoever, you do need to port back if you're the first one dead. So everyone should know how to play Strange, get back to point on Strange, maybe get an ultimate on Strange, because if you swap, you have 50%, you could easily build an ultimate in the next 15 seconds and then carry the fight with the Strange ult. So there's a lot of potential to win games you just otherwise wouldn't if you learn how to play Strange. He's actually just pretty good against almost everything. You're not going to get walled off by a Groot. You're pretty versatile in the fact that you can take high grounds and you can contest flyers even. And you also hold two powerful synergies in Witch and Magic. Specifically, Magic gets insane in the right hands with this team up. And I think Strange and Magic together are just so freaking good right now that it's one of the most powerful duos that you can run. And it's one of the benefits of being someone that plays a lot of Strange, because you just get to enable Magics that much more. The last up in the A tier, I have to mention Groot, and there are some downsides about Groot right now. And let's talk about them first. I think he's not particularly great against flyers. He's also a character that can be pretty frustrating to play when there's a lot of players that want to move you out of position. Characters like Thor, characters like Angela. And he's also a pretty greedy character that needs triple heals most of the time to be at his best. Like, if he gets to trade tons of damage with the enemy and then get it healed up, he can really hard carry. But when you're playing 2-2, especially if you have one support that's just not able to pump you full of heals as much, it can feel really rough playing this character. Luckily, his range does help him play it a little bit more at a distance and value your life a little bit more. And then I think the worst part about this season playing Groot is that Wolverine is actually making it through the ban phase a little bit more than he probably should. So that is definitely something that you got to look out for. But when Groot is perfectly enabled, this character carries almost harder than anyone else. If you're up against triple tank and you have 3 supports and a Groot, you could body that comp because you trade damage at such a favorable rate. You don't know what to do against 3 supports. Groot is the ultimate decider, the ultimate stabilizer against any comp, but triple support especially, because you get to go up and over. Like, a Groot that just doesn't die and gets to constantly trade damage builds ultimate faster than just about any character in the game, and if you combo this with any other ultimate, you can kill through every defensible. So it's so strong to just have a character that gets to be that big bad over the top character that can make the entire game about him. And if you're properly enabled, you can just like basically Thanos a lobby. That's just what Groot gets to do, and it's so freaking strong. But there are enough situations where he's frustrating to play and hard to get to work that I will not put him anywhere higher than this. And I think his placement in A tier is debatably bottom of A, top of A. You could probably move him around. I'm not entirely sure. I think Strange is probably a much safer top A pick, but I do think that Groot is, in his spots, an absolute hard carry, probably the hardest carry tank in the game. But sometimes he's just kind of, he's okay. Now, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you ask, the S tier has really not changed at all. And even with these massive nerfs, it's probably not going to change. So Emma is still in S tier. Now, I made a small change here where Emma is no longer better than Magneto. I think that Magneto is just going to be all around better than Emma in more flexible compositions. But Emma is still an all-star, even on 18 seconds. She gained 3 seconds on her diamond. That is a big nerf, but it doesn't make Emma terrible. It does make Emma a little bit worse, especially if you could bait out Diamond, but One of the things that Emma does that gets so much value is it's not about her using it, it's about her threatening to use it. Like, her presence alone forces a certain amount of space and respect. If you're estranged and an Emma walks at you, you can't wait until she uses Diamond to run away. Because the second she pops Diamond, you're already grabbed, it's already over for you. You're already grabbed and kicked into a wall and shot by the enemy team and killed, right? If you're a Magneto and an Emma walks at you, you cannot wait until she presses Diamond to back up or even bubble, because she Diamonds grabs you, you can't even react to it. And this matters because it's not even the abilities uptime that makes her powerful. It's the threat of using this ability that makes her powerful. In the same way that a Wolverine that is constantly like circling above you on a bridge makes you play like completely different, because you can't react to him engaging you. You can only pre-react. Like, you can only set up or prepare for the engagement, right? It's the same thing with Emma. So yes, she is going to be more powerful in a long fight, a long game where she's using less diamond forms overall, but her core value is still there. That threat of punishment is still there. And I do think that the main nerf to her, even more than the diamond change, is actually the ability for her not to get charged off of shields as much anymore, which really hurts her mostly against double shield. And I actually think that Magneto Strange is a really good team comp again, even in a world where you don't ban Emma. But here's the thing, most of the time you would still rather Emma be banned if you could help it. It's just sometimes you would rather, you know, ban a freaking Torch, and then you would rather ban a Wolverine or ban a Jean or whatever else, right? So it's understandable if you don't, but Emma is still a character that demands your respect, even in spite of her nerfs. I see a lot of people kind of talking about how this character is terrible all of a sudden, when it's just frankly not true. This character was banned at such a high percentage in pro play, and this character will consistently still be good in pro play. This character is still one of the best characters in the game. Don't sleep on her, but you don't necessarily have to be so afraid of her like she's the boogeyman anymore. It's just you have to understand what her strengths are and put extra emphasis into baiting out her diamond form, and you can still succeed against her. Now, the last but certainly not least character we got to talk about on this list is, of course, Magneto. Magneto is by far the most flexible all-around tank on this list. And the main reason here that Magneto is so strong, even though most of y'all don't even think of Magneto as like a dominant, unbeatable character, it's mainly because Magneto just has the most powerful defensive tools in the game. He has a shield that cannot break. He has bubbles that he can use on his teammates and himself. He has an ultimate that can be used as a pseudo-defensive / counter ultimate. He has super strong defensive tools. And defensive tools are super strong when you get to force enemies to play at your pace and deny what they're trying to accomplish. Well, you're not necessarily going to be the character that is dominating lobbies by getting 40-0, making the entire game about them. You are consistently mitigating enemy value and enemy pressure. And you're making it harder for every single person on the enemy team to do their job. And you also simultaneously can make every single person on your team do their job easier. You can enable people, you can protect people, you can create space, you can deny space from the enemy, and you fit basically every other tank. Basically, the best other tank with just about every other tank is Magneto. Whether you're playing Emma, it's Magneto. Whether you're playing Strange, it's probably Magneto. Whether it's Venom, it's Magneto. Guess what? Thing, it's Magneto. Oh yeah, Thor, yeah, it's Magneto. Yeah, it's just always Magneto, okay? Almost always, it's freaking Magneto. And the Magneto is also the best solo tank, and it's not particularly close either. So because of those defensive tools, you need to be able to keep yourself alive. So Magneto's going to be the best there. And Magneto just kind of further cements himself as the best character, the golden standard in the game, as the best tank in the game, but doesn't ever really feel quite oppressive. So it's an interesting spot for him where he just has a very low ban rate, but he's definitely one of the most powerful characters in the game for sure. Now, we do have to move on to DPS, and there is a lot of changes to the DPS best and worst in the game because there's been a lot of buffs and nerfs, and I think DPS has actually moved quite a bit more than tanks. So let's actually first talk about the F tier, because there actually is a character in F tier, and I'm going to give it to Squirrel Girl. I know what you're going to say. You're like, Mills, Squirrel Girl is still broken. She's still busted. She's still crazy. But here's the thing about Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl got a nerf mainly to her primary, and then also the cooldown on her reset ability. And she got a small compensatory buff to her right-click damage or alternate fire damage. But the reality is that Squirrel Girls are just gonna do so much less damage overall. She's really not gonna be able to farm or get free picks in the same way that she was before. And this character that was basically borderline unplayable in high elo now is just simply unplayable in almost every single situation. And even in mid to low elo, I think this character is really just not worth running compared to some freer value you can get on so many other characters. Like, sure, when no one is aiming well, you're gonna get more value than that on a character that doesn't require you to aim, but the legitimate spots to play Squirrel Girl is few and far between. And really, it only comes down to two main scenarios. Number one, the enemy is playing like a all majority tank composition, like 4 tanks or something.
Thank you for kicking it with me. I appreciate that. Sorry, I'm just trying to learn, so it's like I'm not playing as much today, but I'm definitely trying to get better, you know? But yeah, get some rest. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
You get out a lot of raw damage on this character, and if she's never killed, then you're perfectly fine, sure. And in choke point situations, there's a lot of chokes. There's maybe penny mines or whatever. She could be okay. I think that in a lot of ways, Moon Knight is just the better version of her, but she could be fine. Basically, Squirrel Girl is in this camp that she just wants to be left alone, and then she can give value. Like, if she is never pushed, never pressed, never dueled, never forced into an engagement, she will get tons of value. And if she is constantly being targeted and farmed, then she won't do anything. And it's actually rather easy to focus her and pressure her with any hypermobility character. Tanks can do it as well. And I'm not saying you can't one this character, because you can. I think you can climb to top 500 with literally any character in this game. But Squirrel Girl falls into this weird category where I think that she is low skill for low reward in a lot of places. There are characters that are strictly better than her, and then as you go up against better players, you're just not going to be able to get consistent value on her. So I got to put her in the F tier. Now, moving up to the D tier, I think most Spider-Man players would agree that this is a really rough season for Spider-Man. The Torch team-up did not do enough for this character to make him reasonable with combos, and honestly, Torch is almost never unbanned anyways. Supports are hard enough to kill, just 2 of them, but triple support is more popular than ever, and good luck killing anything into triple support, especially if Ultron is in the game, which is just one of the most frustrating characters for a Spider-Man player to deal with, because he can bail anyone else out and himself out of any one of your combos. Plus, he can mark you and shoot you midair as you're trying to run away. Well, hey, you want to ban triple support? You want to ban an Ultron? Well, guess what? Now you just have to deal with Bucky Namor just freaking squidding you and stunning you. Like, it's rough. It's rough out there for Spider-Man players. I get it. And it's not looking like Spider-Man is going to be able to succeed in a lot of situations that he did succeed in the past. Now, one plus side to Spider-Man, though, is that he's a very high skill ceiling character. And if you get good enough at this character, you can make him work in situations where you really shouldn't be able to, but you can do it anyways because he has such a high skill ceiling. And players that put on that mask and make him work anyways, I salute you, because I do think that this is a freaking hard time to be a Spider-Man player. You got to really go above and beyond to make this character work when so many other characters get value for free. Now, moving on to the C tier, we have at the bottom of C tier Iron Fist, a character that I think can be okay. He has more spots where he's reasonable than Spider-Man at least, but he really received a massive nerf a little while ago, and he's never gotten buffs to compensate. He's just been stuck into this like place where he can't really go backline very reliably. He has a very hard time against triple support. He has a hard time against so many stuns and so many counters, and just his objective power level is low. Like, yes, you can Thanos a lobby if you play it perfectly and opponents just constantly misplay into you, but the second you get really competent, disciplined enemies that peel for each other, enemies that help each other, you feel like you're never able to get a lot of value during your engages, and then they're getting value while you have downtime. It's like a character that wants to have really these high spikes in value during his initial engages, but he's just not able to. And most of the time, if you're going to carry on this character, you kind of just need to be able to beat up on tanks, force support ults out in the neutral, and then steamroll with your ultimate from there. And like I said, it really depends on what the enemy team is playing and how much they're respecting you. But most of the time, it's going to be really, really hard to do unless you're actually very, very skilled at specifically Iron Fist and you're someone that masters him a lot. Of course, if you do become those things, you can carry on this character. You can absolutely carry, but it's definitely harder to do than many other characters on this list. Now, the next character on this list is Scarlet Witch, and you might be like, Mills, Scarlet Witch has got so many buffs, and she gets to use the Doctor Strange team up more. How was she only in C tier? Well, I legitimately had this character as the worst character in the entire game before these changes, so now she gets moved up, you know, a little bit, and she's fine. Like, she's okay, and this is not a bad thing. I think this character gets a lot of value when players can't aim and in low elos, and she can be played in high elos with disciplined play, and she's actually good against mobility-heavy characters. She could be reasonable as anti-dive, but when players play good characters, she's not great against those characters. If you're up against a Bucky that can aim, a Star-Lord that can aim, a Magic that is reasonably good, a Namor Hulk team-up, a Hela, a Psylocke, a freaking Phoenix, and a Torch, none of these characters care about Scarlet Witch at all, and most of the time they're gonna bully her. Now, yes, her ultimate is cool, her ultimate is better, but it's still an ultimate that has a massive failure rate, is telegraphed and easy to stun through, even if you get some sort of help. Like, a Magneto bubble is cool and all, but enemies have two ways to not get affected by it. If you hide before the bubble comes out, they can just run away. And if you're out in the open and get bubbled to try to pull them in slightly or catch them off guard, they could either break the bubble and stun it, or they could still run away, or whatever. It's just a really hard ultimate to get consistent value from without perfect team setups, and I think it works better the worse your opponents are, and the better your opponents are, the worse and worse it's going to do, especially when so many characters have a way to fade it, dodge it, teleport past it, or run away. It's just really hard to be consistent. I think Scarlet Witch can be good, like I said, in the right situations and in the right elo, but as players start being better and playing better characters, she gets worse and worse and worse. Now, next up, though, is Black Widow, a character that has crazy highs and lows. If you had a consistent Mantis pocket, I'd probably put this character in B tier, because this character does have a lot of potential. One-shots from range, really strong CC, and just if your shots are hitting, like if you're just really hitting every single shot, there's no way for enemies to beat you. You can do jump shot, headshots, do some crazy X-Lex type stuff. You can go nuts on this character, but the reality of this character is that she's inconsistent, she's hard to get consistent value from, and she almost always requires a pocket and a team to play around you. Now, that could be great. That could be really, really good. When you get those things, you could be that Thanos in the lobby, that server admin, and especially on maps with really long sidelines, you can just get so much crazy value. But on the shorter sideline maps, or the compositions that you just can't perfectly play around you, or against hypermobility characters like Cap and Psylocke together really blitzing you, it can be a really frustrating time to play this character, and it's pretty feast or famine, I would say. But I do want to make it clear that in the right situations, there's no character in this game that can carry as hard as this character. Like, you're never going to get a character that can literally 1v6 the enemy team, where she walks up, gets a kill, pushes more forward, gets another kill, fight over, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again. There's no character that can do that like this character can, but it's just not the most reliable, consistent thing, even for the best players in the world. Although I do want to give extra props to her stun CC, which is one of the strongest crowd control pieces in the DPS roster. Extremely strong piece of utility when used properly. You can even bully a lot of tanks with it. The next up is Mr. Fantastic, a reasonable character all around. However, Mr. Fantastic does suffer from a couple of things. He is a brawl character in a world where being an all-in brawler isn't the greatest thing. Like, it could be okay when you have other brawlers with you, but the problem with Mr. Fantastic is that there's so many characters that get a ton of value from range, and he doesn't really have a great means to force an engage and then disengage from that engage. Yes, he can jump in, but even when he gets big, he could be focused down, he could be ran away from, and his ultimate is also pretty lackluster where he could just die. There are going to be Mr. Fantastics that really succeed with him at high levels, and he can often play as an extension of team pressure to really either like snowball a fight or mitigate like opponent team pressure. So there's a lot of really cool things you could do with him, and I do think that he's actually a really solid anti-meta pick, but he definitely has to work a bit harder than many of the top DPS to get consistent value. And I also do think that he can struggle against triple support as well. A really strong character overall, and also I do think gets a bit better on console as well. Not incredibly mechanically demanding, and when the peak aim skill of some players is a little bit lower, I do think he shines a bit more, so you'd probably bump him up a tier. But all in all, I'll put him in the C tier at the very top. Now, the last character in the seeds here, I have Storm, a character that should be good on paper, but isn't really succeeding all that much. Number one, the Jeff Storm team up is okay. Like, the synergy is actually fine, but players have become a lot better at either spreading or killing the Storm Jeff ult, which means that it's not just a free I'm gonna win the game or I'm gonna win the fight mode anymore. It's one of those things that can win under optimal conditions, but in some cases it doesn't do enough. Players, you know, change their elevation, you can't chase them, or you know, you get Luna ulted into Punisher ulted and just get murdered, both of y'all. So there are ways to definitely counter it directly. On top of that, just Storm suffers from not really just moving. Like, one of the reasons that Torch is so strong is that he has this movement tech that just makes him impossible to hit, while at the same time outputting consistent pressure. Storm also outputs consistent pressure and increases the pressure of your team, but she's vulnerable. She's squishy. She's easy to shoot. She can't really move that much in the air. Now, if you gave Storm a movement tech, all of a sudden we'd be talking about her like we're talking about Torch. But under her current, you know, situation, in the current way she is, she's too easy to target for Hellas and Jeans to kill. Even Silex can murder her. Other Torches can blitz her, and she can be the one that gets picked off in a composition. So there are going to be times where she really thrives in a hyper-poke composition where she can be heavily protected. But in a lot of cases, you would rather be pocketing a different character than Storm and not making her the center of your comp. Now, blitzing through the B tier, there are a lot of characters in the B tier that I think are just all around good in the right hands, in the right situations. And the bottom is Black Panther. Black Panther did receive a nerf. He also received a complimentary buff to his new synergy with Hulk, which really is nice, but doesn't really change that much about him. Neither does his nerf to him. Like, yes, he's not quite as healthy, and he's gonna survive less against small things, but most of the time, if you got the BP, he'd die anyways. You're still able to one-shot, you're still able to blitz people, you're still able to catch people off guard. The Black Panthers that were really skilled, that knew their matchups and knew to engage properly, are still gonna succeed here until the opponents swap off. And BP is one of those characters that forces enemies to make the appropriate changes to you. If you have a composition with no crowd control, no triple support, you're just gonna get feasted on by a really great Black Panther. But the second you swap to Bucky, swap to Namor, swap to triple DPS Ultron, BP is useless, like actually useless. If you can hit a single uppercut, or you could throw a squid, or you can press your ability to trigger overshield on your drone, BP is useless. So he really gets to blitz and win fights, and then he gets to consistently win fights until opponents decide to hard swap and counter you. Of course, if you're not good at BP, you're gonna just not be even able to force the counter swap. But if you try to play BP into the counters, it becomes so hard for you. Even the best BPs in the world struggle. He's really like, if we talk about rock, paper, scissors in a hero shooter, he's basically the personification of rock, paper, scissors as a hero, because, you know, he has things he destroys and he gets destroyed by something as well. Now, next up is Moon Knight. I did talk about how I think Moon Knight is just like the better version of Squirrel Girl. Once again, a character that if you leave him alone, he just gets to constantly apply pressure, win team fights with his ultimate, kill through defensive ultimates, and now he's better at dueling divers a bit now with that second charge on his alternate fire, and Moon Knight is just in a good place. I think he's pretty healthy right now, and if you're ever up against hyper tanks, a ton of tanks, you know, Bunker with Penny, anything like that, Moon Knight is really, really gonna shine, but he's still gonna struggle with characters that want to chase after him and target him. Characters like Thor, characters like Psylocke, characters like Magic, but I think he has better tools to deal with those things than someone like Squirrel Girl does by a mile, and his upside's actually higher. So I think Moon Knight is just the character to be playing right now if you want to play that kind of character. After that is Blade, and Blade did get a damage buff here, and Blade has finally kind of broken through that threshold of not being a bottom tier character anymore. He's a reasonable all-around character in the right spots, and I just think he's a good character in general, and there's a lot of things going for him. He doesn't have the best damage in the world, but he makes up for that lack of damage with two things. One, a crazy amount of survivability. I mean, this guy has 350 health with the ability to shield almost anything and survive, and 2 dashes, so you're just not gonna die. Like, if you don't make a crazy amount of mistakes, you won't die on Blade, and you have a really, really powerful ultimate that can just win fights in its own right. So great ultimate combined with powerful survivable tools equals a character that it doesn't really matter if you have like great offensive capabilities. And honestly, his offensive capabilities are not zero. If he hits people with his gun, his silver bullet, y'all can focus and kill him. He can engage on isolated targets really well. And now with a little bit more damage, he's going to get a little bit more lifesteal. So I think Blade's in a good spot. He's actually, I would say, even in a great spot for Blade mains. But I don't think he crosses that threshold to just be one of the characters that gets a lot of free value like in the A or S tier. You still have to work for everything you get. You have to ult well. You have to have good timing. You have to know your limits. But he gives you everything you need to be able to, you know, be that low death character that has these playmaking, hyper carrying moments where you're killing through a defensive ult or you're wiping enemy backlines. Just a really all-around solid character that I got to put in the B tier here. Next up in the B tier, though, is Iron Man, a character that I think some people are sleeping on a bit. I think they think that this character is unplayable or bad or whatever, but really, Iron Man has a lot going for him. Number one, he's good against hyper tank compositions. Number two, he's good against triple support. You can still kill through defensive ults. You can be this uncontested character that is constantly shooting down, and you're actually good against characters like Human Torch. Yes, Iron Man actually has an advantage in that matchup because you get to decide when to pop your overshield and get that overshield, where Torch actually has to slam on the ground to do it. And if in the mirror you don't know what to play against the Torch that's being pocketed, the Iron Man Ultron duo oftentimes will overcome the Torch Ultron duo in the head-to-head, which is kind of cool. Now, the hardest part about this character is finding moments where you can get definitive value with your ult, because there's so many things that can interrupt. You could get shot, you can get juggled by Hulk, you could get CC'd. So I think coordination and calling for Magneto bubbles really go a long way here. But if you can do these things, if you can kind of put in a lot of resources into Iron Man, he could be the catalyst to win you the game. And in a very similar way, the next character up on this list is Punisher, a character that I think is very, very similar in the fact that Punisher is a character that is best enabled by a team, and through Punisher can you win team fights, because when Punisher pops ult, he needs a lot. He needs shields, he needs heals, sometimes he needs an ultimate to go alongside him, he needs mag shield, strange shield, mag bubble. He needs to be protected, because if he is, he can kill through a lot of defensive ults, and he can shred tanks, and he can be your win condition. So when someone's your win condition, whether that's Iron Man or whether that's Punisher, they need to be like kind of all in enabled to get the full value out of them. And you might be saying, okay, Mills, that seems like a bad thing, that there are characters that require that to be successful, but not really, because other characters, you could put your all into them and they might not win you the team. They might not win you the game or the fight. Like, you could give every resource to a Scarlet Witch, she might not win you the team fight, but a Punisher can and will, and an Iron Man can as well. So similar type of characters where they can be that team's win condition. When you need a consistent route to winning team fights, the whole plan revolves around them. Now at the top of the B tier, we have Hawkeye, a character that should be great in this meta, but is only just good simply due to the fact that Hawkeye is really, really hard for players to play at a high enough level. Like, I actually think that Hawkeye requires some of the highest levels of mechanical skill in the game, where if you are just playing Hawkeye at like an okay level where you're just kind of spamming from range and hitting body shots, you're not able to carry like, you know, Phoenix or Hela. But if you're able to consistently hit headshots, hit the hard mechanical shots, this is a character that forces you to swap to counter him. It's almost similar to BP in a way where if you do not swap to counter or pressure the Hawkeye, you will straight up lose to a great mechanical Hawkeye. Like, if you're not really off angling and trying to shoot him down, you're not diving him, you're not pressuring him as a tank, you're not basically preventing the amount of shots he gets to take throughout a game and constantly poking him and pressuring him or killing him when he's out of position, you will straight up lose to him. He's one of those raid boss style characters that if he's good enough, he makes the entire game about stopping him, and that's kind of your job. So it's really dependent on the Hawkeye, because there are some Hawkeyes you give them 20 seconds to hit a shot and they will not hit it. And there are other Hawkeyes that if you leave them alone for 5 seconds, they're killing one of your supports. So it really depends on the tier of skill of that Hawkeye, but he's a character that has the capability of being a raid boss. Just most of the time it doesn't actualize into that, because I do think that he's just really, really mechanically hard to get that consistent amount of skill. Not only is it just like very, very precise aim that just requires good mechanics overall, but it's also very unique to Hawkeye, where there's really no transfer between other characters. Like Jean and Hela have you know, perfect crossover mechanically, there is nothing that perfectly crossovers to Hawkeye. He's pretty much like unique to him. So if you want to be good at him, you have to play only him. But if you are really, really great at him, you can definitely succeed. Now, moving up to the A tier, these are top tier DPS that the entire meta is revolving around. They're very strong. They're very good. If they have certain synergies or under certain conditions, that's when they're really, really dominant. But they're just good all the time in general. It's just that's when they truly shine. And at the bottom of this is Namor. He's at the bottom of A tier because when he has the Hulk team up, he really, really shines. But when he doesn't, he is not really played. Like, you don't really play a Namor without the Hulk team up. So yeah, he's pretty contingent on having a Hulk and ideally having a good Hulk in order to make him really, really good. But, you know, he's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. It's just really that extra squid just changes everything about his gameplay loop, his burst potential. It makes it so you don't really have to conserve squids. And then he gets to be this really strong either off-angler or even flanker or a dive mitigator. So those are all really good options. I still do think that he struggles against the hyper meta compositions centered around something like Torch or something like Jean or triple support. But against most compositions, Namor Hulk is going to just destroy it. It's so good in 2-2-2, in a 2-2-2 mirror, or when enemies are playing triple DPS, Namor could just basically force any enemy to fight him, and then he gets to bubble himself away while simultaneously killing them with squids. It's just really, really good overall and requires a lot of counter pressure. Now, next in the A tier is Wolverine, a character that is still really, really good.
Wow,
like, Wolverine is still really good. Yes, he has tanks that he's not that great against, but really, Wolverine's just good against most tanks in the game. He has great brawling potential because he does so much damage. He has the ability to take people off the map or back to his team with the rocket boost jump. And his ultimate's one of the best ultimates in the DPS roster, capable of taking people like out of an invis ult and killing them. Wolverine is just really, really strong, really survivable. And in the hands of someone really skilled, he could be amazing, but it's going to depend on the comp. Like, if you're up against two tanks that are hard for you to scoop, like Emma and Mag, and then you're up against a DPS that can zone you away, or you'll never be able to grab, you know, someone like Torch, someone like Psylocke, someone like Jean, and then triple support, you feel useless. Like, there are comps that you feel useless into, but there are characters that you also just force them off of. You could force them off of Groot. You can force them off of Strange. So all around, I do think that Wolverine is still extremely powerful. It's just that some players are good at swapping to counter you, but he is probably one of the characters that you have to swap around the most to deny him, because if you play into his strengths, you will lose fight after fight to this character because he can really make the entire game about him. The next in the A tier, we actually have Star-Lord, a character that I think is actually one of the best DPS in one of the best comps. I did talk about the Venom, Jeff the Shark, Star-Lord comp earlier, but when Star-Lord has follow-up, like something to enable him, this could be a Magneto bubble, this could be a Venom dive, this could be Jeff the Shark boosting you in, whatever it is, Star-Lord can get a ton of value. He's a really great character to play with a coordinated lineup because he can kind of attack from any direction. He's pretty hard to kill. He can contribute to pretty much any fight. He can add a lot of pressure to a dive, and he's also good at anti-dive. Like, he's a pretty good all-around character. Plus, he has an ultimate that is one of the best ultimates in the DPS slot, because even if they pop defensive ults, if enemies are split, he can still get kills anyways. And yes, Star-Lord is just a really, really great character, but his main weakness is he can get pressured by some of the best characters in the game. I think really his only bad matchups are against characters that can burst him down from range or duel him. So characters like Hela and Jean can be frustrating to play against. Psylocke can be frustrating to play against. But in a coordinated setting, that matters less, and you could still leverage what Star-Lord brings to the table. And I do think in ranked play, if your aim, your tracking is good, you can absolute hard carry on this character. But I do see some of his flaws come in through the head-to-head with some of the top-tier characters, but he's only being kept in check by those characters, and he doesn't get as consistent, easy value as those characters do, but he's still really solid all around. Now, these last two A-tier characters could easily be S-tier depending on the situation, and they're really, really strong all around, but they don't dictate the meta as quite as much as S-tier, but they can in the right game, so keep that in mind. First is Bucky, Bucky
Let's
got
go,
a new
Bucky.
ability where if he uppercuts you, you can't use movement abilities, which is crazy. It changes his matchup with Magic, with Black Panther, with Psylocke, who can no longer dash away. Basically, if this guy catches you, you're dead. And he's so good against anything with mobility. He just is the great dive destroyer. If you're playing dive, a dive DPS, you always have to stay like 7 feet or more away from the freaking Bucky, because he will get you with that uppercut and you will just die to a follow-up shot every single time. So he's a character that just strikes fear into the hearts of hypermobility characters. And the only reason that Bucky can't be an S-tier dominant character, it's kind of similar to Star-Lord, but for different reasons. Bucky is just bad against long-distance pokers. He's just bad against Hela. He's just bad against Jean. He's not good at fighting characters that can outrange him, because all of his power in his kit comes from his ability to fight in close range. Even this buff that he just got, from his ability to fight at close ranges and hit people with an uppercut. Characters that fight him from far away, that he can't contest in an equal amount of damage away because he has a projectile weapon that shoots rather slow, he is going to lose that fight every single time. So when people play hyper optimized meta with really, really good mechanical characters, or they're playing something like triple support where Bucky doesn't really play particularly well into that composition unless there's someone he can hook into his team and they have to make pretty bad mistakes for that to happen, Bucky struggles, but against pretty much every other nonsense, and in most situations, he thrives. And in a lot of cases, players can't really aim all that well on Helas and Jeans until the upper elos of, like, PC play. So in most other situations, Bucky is the raid boss. And I think probably on console, and probably in, like, 95% of elos, Bucky is S tier. But for high level and pro play, he's not. So it's a weird character to place, but he is like the character that you want to pick up if you are tired of nonsense. If you're tired of people running it down on you like with Black Panther. If you're tired of Spider-Man's randomly. If you're tired of like random freaking, whether it's a Wolverine, a Magic, whatever, he's going to be able to shut all that down. But keep in mind that in absolute hard meta, he does struggle a bit. The last up in the A tier, we have Magic. Once again, a character that could easily be S tier. She does almost enter that S tier range when she has the Strange team up. That's when she's truly going crazy. She's such a strong character. But there are some weaknesses to the character. While she's really good at combo killing, she's really good at just kind of, you know, comboing off, whether she's brawling on a front line, building up a ton of health, and then going into a dive, or just diving the back line, or killing supports. You can do all these things, but you have to work pretty hard no matter what you're doing. No matter what you're trying to accomplish, you still have to physically cross through the open space. You have to get in close. You have to get value and then get out. And that can be hard up against characters like in the S tier that just don't really have to play with that same level of risk to get the same amount of value. Hela and Jean, Torch, none of these characters have to really risk anything to get free value. When Magic does have to risk. She has to go. She has to engage to get the value. She's really strong, though. I don't want to undercut her strength because she can make a whole game about her. And if you're good enough on this character, I think you can carry almost any lobby you're in, especially with the team up. But she doesn't quite reach the level of the S tier characters as far as how much free value they can get from range. I say free, but I mean, you're aiming, right? But it doesn't cost you anything to aim. You don't have to risk your life to aim. You can stand in the back and aim. You don't have to, you know, put yourself body to body with someone that could stun you in order to aim at them and shoot them, right? So that's the difference. And I do think Magic is still really good, though, by the way. So don't think I'm sleeping on her. She's just really, really dominant, especially with Strange. But I think this S tier is going to be more dominant than her. And at the bottom of S tier, we have Hela. Hela is back in some ways. Hela is actually performing fairly well right now. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I think the biggest one right now is the fact that Psylocke did get a bit weaker. And we're seeing that Hela actually has reasonable game up against Jean. And she has okay game up against Torch. Not great if Torch gets Ultron, but if you ban something like Ultron, you force them off a triple support, especially that pocket, the Ultron pocket, Hela can be really, really good. And having a character that can beat the Psylocks, can beat the Jeans, can contest the Torches, and is just a character that just provides a lot of raw one-on-one value potential, is gonna be an S tier potential pick when you have the best of the best aim. Like, if you're in a duel with a Hela and a Jean, the Hela has the advantage almost every time if y'all are of equal skill in a 1v1 duel, and the Hela is just going to try to force that duel over and over and over again. Now, a Jean gets more value from almost every other part of her kit, from her mobility to her HP regen, to her higher HP, to her body shot, just getting value with body shots, to her ultimate combos. But when there's a character that is forcing 1v1s and making the entire game about 1v1s, Hela gets the advantage here. And there's more room for her to kind of creep into the meta in the right hands. And keep in mind, this is only at the top levels of play. But it is important to not completely disregard Hela this meta, because Hela is a character that has such high potential to just dominate and really just carry a lobby like no one else if you got the aim to back her up. Now, you know, the top three are the same big three that we've seen. Yes, Psylocke is weaker, but she's still insane, especially when you have the Emma team up. But even without it, a character that can burst enemies down, has a great ultimate, can basically attack from any position, can set up and stage for free because she can go invisible. There's just so much to like about Psylocke. She's also so good at contesting many of the frustrating characters in rank that demand to be contested. You know, characters like Moon Knight, characters like Squirrel Girl, Hawkeye as an example. But really, I want to say that in ranked, especially if you're good enough, Psylocke can... Even with these nerfs to the character, she's still so phenomenal. Yes, she is noticeably weaker. It's not weaker enough to make her bad or out of the S tier or out of the top 3 characters in the game. She's still that good. Now, I did mention Jean and Torch. Torch is a bit hard because he like almost always gets banned, but like Torch triple support is just one of the most oppressive comps in the game, because especially if you have a Torch and an Ultron pocket, you can't interact with it in any real way. Like, it doesn't matter how many shots you hit on that person, unless you hit like 2 crits in a row followed by team pressure, you're just not killing him because he's getting consistent pocket. So you almost have to mirror it with the Torch of your own. And if you ever have to do that in retrospect, you almost always lose, because the Torch that knows the techs and knows how to play will always beat the Torch that doesn't. So yeah, it's just like a frustrating, weird mini game that you have to play that like most of the time people just say, nah, we're banning Torch. And that's just why Torch gets banned. It's such a high volume, and it's rightfully so. Now, I do understand that depending on the rank you're in, you might not understand why that's necessary, because you're hardly ever getting 2 supports, much less needing like having a triple support Ultron pocket. But I promise you, when players see the free win in front of them, they see that Torch open, they see that Torch that's good, they know that if they go triple support, they can just pocket the Ultron and win a free game. They do it, and it's a frustrating thing to deal with. So, you know, if you are the Torch differ, then try to convince your team not to ban it, and maybe you'll let it through sometimes. But most of the time, just ban that motherfucker. Just ban him. And then Jean is just the most overkitted, all-around good DPS of all time, capable of carrying so many games. You have the best combo in the game with Magneto ult into Jean ult that can kill through any defensive ults, breaks all the barriers with Jean ult, gets them to 1 HP, Magneto ult finishes them off. You have a character that gets rewarded for headshots, gets rewarded for body shots, has a great mobility, has 275 HP, can regenerate HP by triggering her fire, which you just get to do, not even hitting hard shots because you can just hit headshots. You also have a movement melee tech where you can just like melee to trigger a fire into the flight, cancel into the primary, that if you hit a headshot, it will trigger the fire and light everyone on fire, and then you can repeat it over and over again like you're a freaking spinning top. And that means you can brawl better than like a lot of brawlers. The character is so freaking insane, to the point where I think really, if you don't really know what to ban, if Torch is banned, I think that she's like number 2 on the ban list. Like, it's like Torch at number 1, and then she's number 2, even above Emma. I think Emma's worthy of a ban still. I think you could ban a lot of things, but Jean is up there. If you're not playing this character, I really do think that you should ban her a lot of times, because that's just how strong she is. She's just all around such a powerhouse, and in the hands of someone that's semi-competent can carry a lobby. So yeah, definitely a character that if you haven't picked up, you should, if you're someone that can aim. And if you're not gonna play her, you should probably ban her. Now, last but certainly not least, role we gotta talk about is supports, and this one is the strangest one so far, because right now we've entered a very interesting triple support meta. And you might be like, okay, Mills, triple support, really? How is that interesting? But there are so many different combinations of triple support that are reasonably good, that mean that a lot of supports are just viable. And the supports that are mostly good are just kind of like all squished up together, all in about the same tier, and it's hard to differentiate them in any reasonable way. So I'm gonna put nothing in the F, D, or C tier because almost every single support is viable in the right situation. But of course, the top 2 best supports are far and away better. They do stand out, so we will talk about those specifically. But for the most part, the power level of all the supports are rather high, and they're all playable. And in a lot of cases, they're just gonna be better than just playing a second DPS. Now, at the bottom is actually Rocket, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Mills, what the hell? Why is Rocket at the bottom? His win rate's high, whatever. I do think that Rocket is actually a good character with a reasonably high win rate because he gets a lot of value even when someone doesn't know perfectly how to play Rocket. He gets a lot of value just right-clicking. He gets a lot of value just kind of existing. He doesn't die very much because he has good mobility, and he makes up for a lot of teammates' mistakes in the fact that you can res somebody. You win a lot of fights just from that alone, and you don't even realize it. So all this is really good, and it means that if you have a person that is not good at support, you would rather them be on Rocket than pretty much any other character. Not to say that you can't become good or amazing at Rocket. It's just that he has the lowest value floor and skill floor out of pretty much any other support. That being said, he's at the bottom, even though it's all the way up in B tier, so it's still pretty good for these 2 reasons. Number 1, he doesn't fit great in any triple support comp. You would almost always rather play a different support with either a powerful ultimate or better utility. And the second thing is that his defensive ult, his Rocket ult, is the weakest one by far out of pretty much all of them, with the exception of Mantis. But you got to consider that Mantis is someone that can contribute to team damage and Rocket cannot, so she just fits better in a lot of triple support comps where Rocket does not. So that's really why he's here, even though he's still a reasonable all-around character. And then the character above him is Ultron, and Ultron is insane. I actually do think that Ultron is one of the best triple supports in the game. Really strong, really good at counter dive, really good at pocketing and enabling, and just honestly flat out good. A stat monster, can get crazy final blows, can get crazy damage, can get crazy heals. In the start of a fight with triple support and 2 tanks, you can put your drone directly on whatever tank's going to take the most amount of damage and build up an ult faster than the enemy team builds up ults, so you can go really fast and kill the enemy before they build defensive ults. Or you can use it with your team pressure to bait out something like a Luna ult, and then you can, you know, just be able to trade your other 2 ults better. The main reason that he's here is because he's really only playable ever in triple. Like, yeah, you could probably get away doing it in double when, like, you're just better as a team, but the reality of it is he's not really a support that was made or is really designed or capable of playing in just 2 supports. That's really not his best place, to the point where I just don't really recommend it at all to play him in only 2 supports. I do recommend swapping one of your DPS to Ultron when you don't feel like you're getting consistent value, you don't know how to help your backline. Ultron creates stability to your backline, still has consistent damage-based pressure, has a really strong ultimate. I really do think that in most situations, he's going to be a better second DPS. Like, he's just going to be better. Now, in the A tier, this tier is stacked. Like, there's like so many characters in the A tier, but they're all good, and it all depends on the situation. So, yeah, take that with what you will. First off, in the A tier, we have Loki. And I want to put to bed this conversation like Loki is just unplayable now. Like, he's terrible. Like, you can't get value out of him. You need to understand that Loki still, undisputedly, has the most powerful ability cooldown in the game. The totem cooldown that makes it so that you can absorb any amount of damage until the totems are destroyed and can heal up your tanks to full very quickly is the singular most powerful cooldown in the game. And having that on a character that can go invisible, teleport, and still provide reasonable heals and reasonable damage is really good. Also, you just get a second one of whatever your best ultimate is. That's also super good. I do understand that he's quite a bit weaker than he was before.
California, you know we don't back down from a fight. And this November, the fight belongs to you. Donald Trump is redrawing election maps to force through a Congress that only answers to him, not the people. If he gets away with it, all bets are off for our healthcare, our paychecks, and our freedoms. With Prop 50, we can stop him. Prop 50 levels the playing field and gives power back to the people. Fight for democracy in all 50 states. Yes on 50.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays because a city hotel is right for some, but not quite right for others. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Influencers aren't new.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
In 1941, Jeep wrote the book on four-wheel drive.
Years later, the Jeep brand is still influencing. Some create trends, we create our own trail. Some send a smiling emoji, we smile for real.
Don't call it a comeback.
Jeep.
He's not so weak that he's terrible now. Like, he was so strong before. Like, leagues above almost every other character in the game. And now he's just good. Like, he's good, but he's not, like, busted anymore. He's just good. And that's a fine place for Loki to be. It still puts him in the A tier with the company of all these other supports. Now, there are going to be slightly more situations where you would rather play him with triple support, right? But I do think that he still works reasonably well with two supports. Like, Luna Loki is still a really, really good backline. You still get double Luna ultimate, which is still a good ultimate even at 10 seconds. And the capability of damage boosting and trying to create combos with it. And Loki still makes up for a lot of your weaknesses when it comes to dive. Like, a character that can totem and keep you alive, teleport, keep himself alive, is still going to be better than a support that's dead, which a lot of them will be. And being able to play something like Luna, Mantis, Loki kind of being able to provide a lot of utility and also damage-based pressure, all good. So Loki's still good. He's still an A tier pick. He's still really solid. Don't completely disregard him because he's still great. Now, next up in the A tier is actually Adam Warlock, a real big all-star right now. Once again, mainly played in triple support. There are some times where you could get away playing like Adam Luna. I think if you were playing like solo tank as an example, solo tank mag, a tank that's not going to take a lot of damage, it could be fine. And you give Luna that really powerful team up with Adam. That's great. But of course, this is going to shine the best when you're playing triple. Of course it is. And I think that the best triple support backline with the right team around it, I did talk about it earlier, Adam, Luna, Jeff with like a Venom and a Mag. The reason that this is so good is because you get the Adam Luna team up, then you get Adam Soul Bond, then you get Jeff Venom team up, which is like a mini Soul Bond. You get Jeff ult, which can provide some sustain for you and potentially get picks. You also have Luna ult, which is still powerful and can be damage boosted with Venom ult. You still have Adam that can just apply a lot of pressure, plus res your team. And it turns out when you res characters like Star-Lord, like Jeff, like Venom, they can re-hit and re-engage and flip a fight or pull out of a fight and re-engage into a fight. It could be really, really strong. You could res further away than you otherwise would and then walk forward, get them alive. They can engage into the fight. It's just really good all around. And you have plenty of heals. And that's kind of where this triple support is kind of interesting right now, is because you can't play triple support with just 3 supports that only or primarily heal. Like, you can't do triple support, Cloak, Luna, Invis. Not only is it really hard for y'all to get support ults, but you just don't provide enough damage so you can never kill anything that's out of position. You can never kill a tank that's out of position. So you need to fill it with things that do damage, some combination, and Jeff and Adam just complement Luna really well. So that's kind of where Adam fits in, is that he can also just be played in like a random triple support. It could be like Cloak Adam Invis, Cloak Adam Mantis, Cloak Adam Loki, Cloak Adam Rocket if you really want. Like, you could do whatever you want. He's just going to play best in triple, where his damage-based value makes up for the lack of it in the DPS category. And for those of you who are wondering why triple support is like this amazing busted thing, it's kind of for the same reason that Mag is. It turns out that Mag is stacked with powerful defensive abilities and cooldowns, and taking away a bit of your damage pressure for more defensive abilities and cooldowns makes your composition more sustainable, more survivable, better able to deal with many of the really powerful threats in the game, and that's typically better. Yes, you're reducing your damage output, but as long as you supplement your DPS with some other supports that can still contribute, like a Mantis, like a Jeff, like an Adam, then you're not losing all of it entirely, and you still have enough kill power, but you're gaining really powerful defensive utility in a very similar way that Mag has to deny what the enemy team is doing, and that's just more valuable in general right now in Rival. So that's kind of why triple support is seeing the most play. Now, we do got to talk about Jeff the Shark, where I think that Jeff is actually really good. Like, he's really, really good. Yes, still best in triple support, but you can get away with playing him in 2 supports. His ultimate is just making him way better. Being able to leave a little bit of sustain behind for your team lets them live when you're gone, which is really important, because if you know, popped your ultimate, scooped up 2 people and killed yourself, but then you couldn't heal your 1 HP team, you just lose the fight anyways. Now, no longer the case. Jeff also can speed boost your team out of spawn, speed boost your team into the fight, speed boost the Star-Lord spin in, and he can also heal people from really dynamic ranges. And there's a lot of characters that have a lot of trouble killing Jeff, like case in point, Magic. Very frustrating for a Magic to deal with a Jeff. A lot of hit scan characters can't really kill a Jeff very easily either. So a character that has an offensive ult, but can still keep their team alive, gets to heal their team, provide extra bits of utility to their team, and is a good player to fit into a triple support, providing both offensive and defensive value. Jeff is a great pick right now, and he's actually A tier, which is just crazy that small change to his ultimate really pushed him over the edge, but it really did. It made him very, very good. I don't cry when I see a Jeff on my team. I actually am happy. I do prefer him with triple support, and he's better with triple support for sure. Next up on the A tier is actually Invisible Woman. A lot of people might have suspected that I would put her higher, and there's a reason why I don't. Still, Luna and Cloak ult are better than Invisible Woman ult still, because Invisible Woman ult doesn't last as long or doesn't create ability for you to damage boost combo through. Like Luna can just do it with the damage boost. Cloak can set up it with her blind. Invisible Woman can't. Yes, she does pocket well, and she does provide playmaking capabilities, but the buff to her ultimate alone isn't enough to separate it so far ahead of the other defensive ults, and those characters still provide great utility as well. And I do think that also there's just a lot of ways to kill through Invis ult that it's harder to do with Cloak, specifically because Cloak can fade afterwards and fade her team, so it just makes her harder to kill. Luna just gets so much overhealth, and she's crowd control resistant, so those things just make it a little bit easier to deal with Invisible Woman over them, and the upside's not as high. Still though, Invisible Woman provides tons of healing, good interrupts, whether it's Angela kidnapping or Wolverine kidnapping, and playmaking potential, pushing people off the map or helping to aid a team in like a duel or someone in an isolated duel. Those are all good things about Invisible Woman, but for the most part, I do think that Invisible Woman does suffer somewhat. And last up in the A tier, we have Mantis. I think Mantis is so good right now in triple support because she provides so much offensive capabilities. Just being able to roam around, apply a lot of pressure, make plays with her sleep from range, canceling ultimates, damage boosting whoever she needs to and enabling them, but then also just being able to make plays herself and having an ultimate that just lets you kind of turn a fight. Like, yes, you're not going to be able to survive through a ton of things with Mantis ult, but that's not the purpose of it. You're trying to find a way to kind of poke a hole in the enemy's defenses, force out an ultimate, or re-engage after an ultimate ends. Mantis is just a great character all around right now, and she's so good in triple support. She synergizes really well with Groot as well if you wanted to play a triple support Groot comp, but also any dive, aggressive comp, poke comp she plays really well into because she pokes well. So she's just a good all-around triple support character. I think that's where she's at is her best, but she can be played in double support as well depending on the comp you're playing. I probably wouldn't play double support with the Mantis if your comp is taking too much damage overall because you don't have a ton of burst heals. But in a, poke light, maybe you were playing like a double shield comp, then you could probably get away with it. Now, in the S tier, surprising no one, we have Luna and Cloak as the top two. Why are they the top two? Well, basically, you want to pretty much run one of these two in almost every triple support composition, and they are also the best in duo supports as well. And there's several reasons for that. For Cloak being the best, mainly comes down to the fact that Cloak just gets to have the longest lasting ultimate, and Cloak actually provides a lot in the form of utility. Being able to blind enemies, combo kill them, kill through defensive ultimates is great. Cloak as a whole, just the Cloak fade as a whole is really good. It's one of the only ways to stop the Phoenix Magneto combo is by fading through it, and you also provide quite a bit of damage and you help confirm kills. So there's a lot there that just consistent heals, good utility, good ultimate, fast building ultimate, all that's great. Luna is still good because while her ultimate doesn't last the longest anymore, it's still the hardest to kill, right? It's really hard to kill because she has so much health and she's CC immune, and it's the best to enable a combo. So whether you're using a Namor Whale, whether you're using a Phoenix ult, whether you're swapping the damage so that your group can kill through, there's a lot of ways to use damage boost to be that decider in a team fight, and Luna being able to do that while at the same time just being able to output a lot of damage and healing from range. Clap is really good at actually killing DPS from range too, and she has an amazing synergy with Adam. I think them together as like the building block of a triple support is super, super powerful. So yeah, Luna, really, really good. Definitely deserving of S tier. I do think that Cloak edges it out in a lot more situations, but when played perfectly optimally, trying to combo damage boost with something to kill defensive ultimates, I think Luna does edge it out. Now, I know that you might be kind of freaking out about this triple support meta, but I actually think that there is some fun to be had with triple support in general because of the many flavors of it. The fact that you can play triple support with Adams and Mantises and Jeffs and Ultrons, and there's so much like trying to kill through defensive ultimates happening, I think that this triple support meta is different from previous ones where it's just about trying to cycle these infinite I'm gonna never die ultimates. That's not really what this triple support comps are about anymore. It's not about never dying. It's about just providing you more defensive options in the fight, but when well executed, everything is still dying. And you're not just sitting through Luna, Loki, non-stop, just everyone stalling. You're actually using these ultimates to set up plays to kill through enemy defensive ults or just be your win condition. And I think there's enough variety there that if you're not afraid to play some supports, you're not afraid to whip out that Ultron, that freaking Adam, that freaking Mantis, that Jeff, you're gonna have a good time in this meta. So don't be too afraid of it. It is really strong and powerful, and I think there's a lot of fun to be had. But anyways, let me know how you feel about this meta in the comments down below. Smash that like.
I'll be on tomorrow. I just want to go eat something. I'm so hungry right now. Maybe I'll come on after I eat, but yeah, I'll come back on to it. We'll see. I'm pretty fucking hungry right now. I'll see you guys in a bit. Peace.